smiling like fuck because it's Christmas.
What? I'm just a smiley person. Never mind that it's Christmas.
You fucking love Christmas. Man.
I do.
Christmas
It's
is
the
brilliant.
art of giving, isn't it?
I just like the odd day off work. I'm just sitting on a couch.
Don't get
and
many
fuck
days
all.
off work though, do you?
No, not many.
Yeah.
Get ready to the countdown.
This programme was brought to you by itsadult.com, the official adult business directory for fans, producers, services, webcam, phone chat and more. The original, the best, the UK porn podcast, hosted by Paul Taylor and Scarlett Gray. Exclusive industry chat all about UK porn. Brought to you by Dusk Films. Sponsored by itsadult.com.
Right, welcome to the UK Christmas podcast. A porn Christmas podcast. Do I sound convincing yet?
No. But
Try it again.
humbug.
Welcome to the UK Christmas porn podcast.
No, you just
Ho, ho,
changed
ho.
the tone. You haven't done. Welcome to the Christmas podcast.
I feel like you needed some kind of Christmassy music there.
Yeah. Where's the Christmas music at, Paul?
I'm playing them fucking noises that the Rudolph things make when they...
Jingling bells.
Yeah, I'm playing them. You can't hear it because it's used through the software, but trust us, the audience can hear it.
Okay.
So, you know, it's all done through the software. That's what the buttons are for.
Okay then.
So, as always, we're sponsored by itsadult.com, and we're here to talk about the adult industry, what's going on, and how it's constantly changing. And I'll tell you what, we keep saying how it's constantly changing, there's never a fucking dull moment, is there?
Never.
I think every fucking day there's something new happening, or someone's out to fucking shaft us up the arse. Pun intended, because we work in the porn industry. Do you know what I mean? We streaming on all major streaming platforms, including Periscope, YouTube, Smashcash, Vaughn Live, YouNow, FC2 Live, Stream Me, and obviously you can watch the show live now on Twitter on @itsadult and @UKpodcast_team. And of course, once the stream is over, if you haven't listened to the live version, you can catch the recorded version on itsadult.com/UK porn podcast. So if this is your first time joining us, where the fuck have you been? It's our 10th show. That's not good enough, is it? You know what I mean?
We're doing well, aren't we?
Oh, we are actually. We had a week off, not last week, but the week before.
Yeah.
But you know, and we're having a week off, which I'm going to break to them later on, after because it's the festive period and that. No, but it's Christmas Eve today, man.
No, I know.
We're not going to be doing the podcast tomorrow, are we?
True.
No,
You know what I mean?
definitely not.
Don't think our families enjoy that if we fucked off and left everybody making the Christmas dinner to do this. I mean, we do like doing it, but we're not that dedicated, are we?
No.
Not quite.
So anyway, you've got 2 hours-ish, depending. It's either way, doesn't it? Of chatting absolute
Bollocks.
Christmas Yuletide bollocks. I'm trying to make it all Christmassy, but I'm really bad at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You basically are.
So however you found us, thank you for spending your Christmas Eve with us. And you will not regret it, because it's always intellectual conversations on the show, isn't it?
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now you might notice, if you're watching this, that this podcast is a little bit different. This live version is full of digital adverts. So in amongst the show you'll see the amazing Red Roxy, the highest calibre in product design and motion graphics. Saucy Peach, another very talented designer. I've used them both for different things, and I'll tell you what, they both come highly recommended if you want any type of graphic design or 3D graphics or motion graphics or anything like that. And of course we've got the amazing web stream. Said that wrong, didn't I?
Yeah.
And of course we've got the amazing web stream, Coding Wizards and joint owners of itsadult.com, Salacious creations for all your tech needs, and of course the lovely Devon Breeze and Selena Secrets is now sponsoring the show too. So any models, if you've got any clips sites to promote or any types of services, get in touch because we've got reasonable sponsors of packages, especially for performers at special rates. If you're a company, you've got to pay a lot. So obviously, yeah, if you're a company, web designer, any type of chain, I'm dropping the sex shop thing now because if you want to advertise on the show to be featured in amongst this 2-hour show, email dustfilmsxxx@gmail.com for info on our sponsorship U-tiled packages.
U-tiled.
Fucking hell.
So,
Okay.
I'm Paul Taylor, the CEO of Dust Films and creative nerd pervert and lover of all things Christmas.
Humbug, you mean? I'm Scarlett Grey. I'm a camera operator.
You like jingle bells and that, don't you?
I love Christmas. I do.
And I'm Christmas Cummings.
Oh, that's the best one, that, like. That's the best one, that. And it still sounds like you're ejaculating out your dick. It's quality, that. And what else are you then? Lover of Christmas and all that?
Yeah. I do love Christmas. Christmas is great.
Do you, though?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
There's not better than just being on the couch, all comfy, watching like a bollocks Christmas movie. It's brilliant.
Oh, see, we'll go into this later on, right? Because I haven't announced what's on today's show, so I'm going to do that quickly and then I'm going to give you my opinion on that, right? So, coming up on today's show, we've got a chat with... And as always, we've got more tips from Dick Salacious, honest, straight to the point, but useful information. So get your fucking notepads out because this is going to benefit you, right? Technology-wise, industry-wise, just everything, right? This guy knows his motherfucking shit.
Doesn't fuck about.
Oh, he doesn't. Definitely not. And we've got the lovely Scarlett Grey, who will be delivering us a sex fact.
I've already got it as well.
And we've got James Logan, who will be showing us more seedy shit from his place of work, which is the private sex shop. I might as well announce you and put you on the bill, because...
You need your
Do it
own
anyway.
title for your own section. I've got sex fact. What
Yeah.
are you going to be?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. You
You're
put
gonna
us
have
on the
to-
spot.
I know, we're going to have to
Yeah.
have a think about that.
Everyone,
and give you
any
your own-
ideas for James Logan's little sex shop review itemy type thing? I didn't explain that properly, but like,
Yeah, not the best.
just any cool name that you've got. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to have a thing.
Yeah, well, let's not think now because it will take
No, I know.
too long.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Paul Taylor, your everyday nerd. I'm here to tell you about my reality show. I like reading comic books, hanging out with mates, and going to the local pub. But I chat to girls and convince them to get naked and do casting videos for a job that doesn't exist. My camera lady Scarlett Grey just goes along with it to get paid. So go to nerdpervert.com and watch all 8 seasons now. Nerdpervert.com, your very own Nerdflix. So, what's everyone been up to? Obviously, James, you mentioned that you like watching shitty Christmas films. Now, if you're on about like the Muppets Christmas Carol
Yeah.
or Arthur Christmas, or
I'm not on about Arthur
shit
Christmas.
like that. No, but they meant right. But I hate them ones that I've caught her watching when she used to live here.
Hallmark
Like,
ones.
no, like a little,
Oh, okay.
a little girl wanting a daddy for Christmas and shit,
Yeah.
and the mother gets together with him and all that fucking bollocks.
I'm not all about them ones.
Right.
No.
So which ones are you referring to?
Like, you know, like Die Hard.
That is a good film.
Right.
Cool.
If you agree or disagree, please write in. Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
That's a
yeah.
Christmas-
That
one.
100% is. Yeah.
Come on, that's a Christmas one
I
as
like
well.
the second one when he's chucking bricks off the head as well.
Ah, that's brilliant, man.
Hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah.
What other Christmassy ones is there?
Elf.
Elf.
Aye.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Elf. And all the Santa Claus
What do you
movies
think
that
of
came out.
Miracle on 34th Street? I know that's like old.
Yeah, I couldn't give a flying fuck
No.
about that one.
Oh, no, see, I like the one who had him out of Jurassic Park, like John Hammond played him.
Yeah, with that little lass.
That was quite good.
I forgot
Matilda?
that one. Yeah, Matilda.
Yeah.
That's the one. That was quite good as well. I like that.
Yeah.
So not bad, not bad. So what's everyone been up to though, apart from watching shit Christmas films? Because like obviously it's Christmas Eve, so even I'll probably
Going
stick
out
one
drinking?
tonight. Oh, we're
Having
going out
Christmas
later on, aren't we?
parties and
We're
stuff?
going to be catching up with some friends later on, aren't we?
Yeah.
After we do this podcast, we're going to be fucking off, aren't we? So it's never too late to have a drink at Christmas.
Exactly.
As long as you don't make yourself
Sharing it
ill,
with
so you don't eat your
friends.
Christmas dinner.
Yeah, we always make sure that we're right for the next day.
Just get platic the next day after it's all over.
Aye, definitely, man.
Or the day after you've had your Christmas dinner. Then you can get poetic.
So
See, Christmas. It's never too late, but it's never too early to get pissed.
no, exactly. You can have one at 9 o'clock in the morning if you
Straight
want.
away.
Oh,
Go on,
no.
Yeah, the
no,
book
good
stays
shit.
in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
So what's it the Christmas like in the Logan household then? What's it like?
In the Logan household, it's very much wake up early as shit because I'm still a child at heart.
Are you excited? Like?
But I'd love getting up on Christmas. Like, usually Christmas Eve, I'm asleep pretty early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Makes
fucking
Christmas
hell.
come round quicker, doesn't it?
And do you not dare go for a piss in case he's on the roof and that like?
No, I'm not that mad. But I
Well,
must
actually, we
admit,
can actually say there's no Santa because if any kids are listening, they should be ashamed of the fucking lingo that we come out with.
Yeah, true.
They shouldn't be
Like,
listening to this.
I don't think this is
And
a
if there's
kid-friendly
anybody
podcast.
in the adult porners who still believe in Santa, whoops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do you do on a Christmas day, Scarlett?
Mine's all family orientated.
You look like a cunt who do that all day. Like.
Hey, it's not my fault how I've been brought up.
Most
so
people
it's-
can't wait to see the back of the fucking family.
I must
what I mean?
admit,
Yeah.
I know this sounds a bit
We
self-centered.
interrupt this live broadcast to let the dog out for a piss.
I know this sounds a little bit self-centered, but I would love one year to be able to just spend it at home and make my own like dinner and just relax, and if people want to come over they can come over for a little while, but then for them all to bugger off so that I can basically
I'd like
just
to make
relax.
your own Christmas dinner as long as you can give it in fucking takeaway form.
See now, like I did that a couple of years ago. I was
Takeaway
just
Christmas dinner?
Nah, not takeaway. Nah, fuck that. I just had Christmas on my own, like with my partner, and I was just like, we're not going to see any of the family. We're just going to stay in and do now. And it was fucking brilliant.
Was it?
It was absolutely fantastic.
People now offended and like calling you a cunt and everything.
Yeah, like a little bit, but
Yeah, that's the thing
Honestly,
with
like,
mine, is if I did
try
that, if I did it,
yeah.
like my mum would be calling us all the names under the sun and everything. It's like I would get bollocked, basically. I think if I was to say no.
actually. I think it'd be fucking good, like. I'm a miserable cunt at Christmas.
So what do you do then for
Yeah,
Christmas,
aye.
Paul?
Well, I spend time with the family, but they just fucking come round, don't they, and knock on your door, and then you feel awful because it's Christmas, that you go answer it and let them in. And then most of the time they give you shit Christmas presents, like fucking socks and fucking.
Oh yeah, there's only so many ways you can open something like socks and try and like
Oh,
feign
thank
excitement.
you.
Yeah.
Fucking told me one, I get one of them every year.
Oh hey, I wouldn't say no to a Toblerone.
The white chocolate one.
Oh fuck that.
Oh no, it has
Oh,
to be
see,
the white
see,
chocolate
fucking
one.
no,
It
no,
has
white
to be
chocolate.
the white chocolate
No.
Toblerone.
Oh nah.
Oh come on, it has to.
Oh, white
Bloody
chocolate
lovely.
burns the throat.
No, it
Not
doesn't.
fan. No, not fan at all.
Watch out, I'll just fucking sit down and a little bastard will come back. Right, so let's answer some questions first, shall we? In our mail section called Mail Motherfucker.
I do like that one.
Yeah, and I've downloaded that film, you know.
Oh,
Oh, you little git, I knew you were going to do that. Yes,
Yeah, the dog's at the door.
downloaded it. So, thank you for the
legally,
podcast.
I hope.
Of course. Pay for it.
Good.
Pay for my electricity, don't I? Right, so fuck, I've just fucked me script up. There we are. Right, so this one first email is from JMan67. Hey guys, love the show. I just want to know if we can switch the questions away from the porn for a moment and ask what type of music do you guys listen to? And the question is for all of you. That's not very Christmassy, is it?
Oh, yeah, no.
I didn't like give them advance warning that they had to ask.
Yeah, true.
Still, you know what I mean. So
Christmas music then.
no.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, but right now I reckon James will probably actually mention some fuckers who he listens to,
Right.
right? But she just says, "Oh, I like a bit of everything," and I fucking
I
hate
do.
people like that. Like, who do you fucking buy records of? Do you know what I mean? Who can you not buy a ticket for when they go on tour? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That'd
like-
be Pink then for me.
well, yeah, Pink. Well,
Or like
you didn't go
Doherty.
last time. You were
No,
bad fan,
no,
you,
I
mate.
didn't. But
Yeah.
I have been to one of the concerts before, and I do really like her music.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
I like the way she spins round upside down. Looks like she could lick your balls at the same time.
Shit is quite hot, like.
Cheers, man. So what about you, James?
Well, as you know, I am a sad motherfucker, and I love things like Interpol. They are my favourite band, so I like a little bit of indie, Radiohead, stuff like that. You know, the kind of music where you want to slit your wrists. Fucking love it.
Well, no, I like things that you don't like Morrissey, do you?
Do you know what? No, I don't like Morrissey. I think he's an absolute cunt. But I love Morrissey and the Smiths. Yeah, that's very much my jam.
Don't get us wrong, like, I think some of his songs are good, but they just... You really need to just kill yourself if you're going to do it, you know what I mean? Because you've been singing for too long. Like, he really sounds like a depressed fucker.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
right, absolutely. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about that kind of music, I love it.
And obviously,
Depressing.
I like things like Oasis and the Foo Fighters and Bon Jovi and Doggety and stuff like that. However, obviously Queen.
Obviously.
You know,
I like Queen.
But at the minute, I like anything that my weekly playlist throws at us on a Monday. I can't wait till Mondays come on. I haven't listened to it yet, but
what the fuck's your weekly playlist?
it's on Spotify, where it listens to what you listen to and suggests people.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it's people you've never even heard of. Some of them have never got record deals. But out of 30 songs, you might find 4 gems that you'll save in your playlist before obviously it changes the next Monday. And sometimes you go looking for their other stuff, and sometimes you're disappointed, and sometimes you're pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm loyal to the people I've grown up with, like you are, and listened to, I always like discovering new stuff, and this has introduced me to so much new music in the singer-songwriter, guitar area. I'm really chuffed with it.
You've been listening to a bit of Snow Patrol as
Snow Patrol lately. Now, I like a few of their songs, but I don't know why. I'm really fucking into them now. Like, no, they've just been doing an acoustic tour, and it's fucking brilliant. The songs are like really nice. There's a sit-down little thing. Just don't like his hair. It's ridiculous, but apart from that.
It does look a bit ridiculous.
So
I like everything that I can just shake my ass to, so...
yeah, well, you know.
If it has a beat that I can dance to, then...
That's not a fucking answer. Right, moving on to email number 2, and this one's from Barry Atkinson. And he says, "Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to know what your favourite type of porn to watch is. Any type of fetishes you like to watch in particular. Love the show and keep up the good work." I reckon this is one for the guys, because we'll always be able to say straight away.
Yeah, you would.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I like things, anything with cum swallowing, right? Like, the more the better. Like, if you got like 10 guys covering a girl so she's glazed to fuck, and she's fucking swallowed all her fucking love out like that. That's like a proper whore. You know what I mean?
Well, I quite like anything really to do with
Pussies.
Swingers. Like, I'm so fucking boring. Like, I love swingers porn. I love cuckold porn. Not the whole being a cuckold, like the
You
whole...
want to
No,
be the
actually,
guy
do
who's
you know what?
fucking the girl.
Do you know what? It's probably more hot wife.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I like.
So you want to be the guy fucking the guy's wife who can't do anything, sitting
No,
there?
hey, not necessarily. I like the idea of, if I was to be married, someone like shagging my wife. But sometimes in cuckolding, where they're like kind of abusing the cook, and they're like a bit nasty. Like, I'm not into that kind of thing.
That shit, yeah.
But just more like kind of the celebration of the woman, and then also things like I don't know, like I just quite like foursomes and stuff like that.
So yeah, I like the stuff like, you know, like John Thompson, the GGD thing, where they fucking get absolutely fucking covered and shit. And then one of my heroes who actually commented on Nerd Pervert.
Alright.
Forgetting his fucking name, is so much of an influence in my life. What the fuck do you call him? Brandon Iron, right? He used to do a really good website called Load My Mouth and Cover My Face. It was like a double one for the price of one thing. And he was fucking good, and he's living in Ireland at the minute, so I'm going to try and get him on for a podcast.
Alright, can he?
I've been talking to him lately, and it's like, that's how I got into gonzo porn.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people think because I'm British it was Bend Over. It was actually him and Rodney Moore.
Oh, okay.
Rodney Moore was another guy who didn't look the part.
No, yeah, I'll still watch the odd Rodney Moore stuff now.
Yeah. It's just something amazing about it. Even though most of the time it's either POV or locked off on a tripod. he puts a lot of effort into his stories.
Yeah.
Even though
he
it's
does.
very, very amateur, but it's really good. And he's in the fucking Porn Valley in LA, so that stuff must have made him a lot of money. And he's a good musician as well.
Oh, is he?
Kind of sing to
didn't know
save his
about that.
fucking life, but he can play the guitar and the drums and the keyboard now. But he
him.
has a go though, you know what I mean? He needs to stick to being the king of cream. That's
Right.
what he's known as in fucking LA.
Did not know that.
So Scarlett, what do you like? Nerd pervert or porn?
I do like a few guys, and when it's like, obviously.
What? Don't get embarrassed. You only get to listen to 10,000 people listening to you. What are you getting nervous about?
No, I'm not nervous. It's.
Do you mean guys? So you want to go?
Yeah, more than one guy.
You've had that offer hundreds of fucking
Yes,
times.
I know that, but I think it's quite horny.
Yeah, but you should
and-
outlive your fantasies sometimes. It's
Fuck
good.
you.
Outlive your fantasy.
Yeah, even that. No, seriously though, you know what I mean though, don't you? Like,
I knew I shouldn't have said
she could have
anything.
had us two and fucking
Could have.
Craig and everything.
Yeah,
and she could have had that little fantasy made a reality, but
Yeah.
no, she fucking moved to
And
London.
Christ knows you've tried.
Oh, I know. I've tried loads of times. Is that it then?
Yeah, basically. I like more than one guy.
Right, so we've got an email here from just someone called Melissa, right? And this might fall under the thing that Craig was asking about, even though he's never done the show for fucking weeks. Fucking half pint.
Useless.
But yeah, so this is an embarrassing sex
Oh, okay.
story.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's embarrassing, I just think it's funny. Or you could do them for trading standards, whatever. But, right, so it says, my husband and I got a couple's bag from a local sex shop, and it came with one of those vibrating egg things that you control with a remote. I always wanted to try one, but never got around to buying one. Then one day, we just thought, fuck it. Getting the couple's bag and having something for him and me was a bonus. We had used it a couple of times, but it was pretty cheap. Figures we should have bought one on its own instead of getting it free in a bag. We were messing around with it one day, and I kept feeling this pinch that wouldn't quit. Then all of a sudden, an awful jolt went through me. I remember thinking this is more painful than pleasurable. After a few goes, I told my husband to stop as it was starting to hurt. Unbeknown to me, one of the wires was frayed and exposed, literally shocking me in the vagina.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking
Oh.
hell. At least to say we threw it out after that. We look back on it now and laugh, but still. Anyway, I hope this makes your listeners laugh. Thanks for a great show. That's a bit of a good read, isn't it?
Bless.
So imagine that, so it must have been getting worse and worse, so
Yeah,
she
yeah,
didn't know whether it
definitely,
was
man.
hurting or whether it was pleasurable, and all of a sudden it was like, oh fuck,
That
mate,
is
you gotta
quite
stop
horny
now.
though, you must admit, like having
Yeah.
one in and then someone else being able to control it so you don't know
Yeah.
when you're going to get
And
pleasure.
send them to Asda for the fucking shop.
It's like, it's quite horny.
Clean up on aisle 6.
I know, like we get loads of people coming in the shop for them, like the pants that have the vibration thing inside them as well. And then they'll often like kind of go out on a date, where they're out having like a meal or something, they're messing on with the thing, see what kind of reactions it can get.
Don't do it when you eat the fucking carbonara, because that's fucking
could
messy
choke.
as it is. So have you ever had anyone like go, have you already charged up and start using them in the fucking shop before we leave, where she pops
Nah,
up?
do you know what? No, we've never had anyone do that. It's a little bit disappointing.
Banana.
Can I watch?
I tell you, I'd be well up for a bit of that.
Uh-huh.
Be like,
I
yeah,
thought you-
I'll show you how to use it.
Yeah, here's how you use it.
But now we've never had anyone so far yet.
You see?
We've only been there just over a year though, so there's plenty of time.
So I'll just look forward to all these stories, because I think you're going to come out with a big one day.
Oh, one day.
Yeah.
Hey, when something big happens there, you'll be the first to know.
So we just do a podcast special on their events.
Yeah, wait, man.
It's like fuck everything else off that we talk about.
Wait, I take my camera in enough times now, so I'll try and get it on fucking film.
He's got his iPad and his fucking iPhone X, so he's covered there. You can shoot it from 2 angles actually.
Oh.
Are you an independent webcam girl or an independent content producer? Even if you're an established brand looking to make sure you're purchasing the best performance to value for your business, check out salaciouscreations.com and let Dick take care of you. His knowledge of technology is from another galaxy.
Yeah, stop buying shit.
So, what's going on in the wonderful world of the adult industry, right? Well, XBiz is reporting that Chatterbait has announced the launch of a beta mobile broadcasting option allowing live streaming performers a new video delivery choice to reach millions of fans. Chatterbait Chief Officer said Chatterbait broadcasters have requested the ability to use their mobile devices as their main streaming option for a while, and now we can start setting up this great opportunity. We are always happy to be able to provide all members of Chatterbait community what they most requested for their accounts and services. Mobile broadcasting lets Chatterbait cameras stream live video directly through their mobile devices, including all existing adult-friendly features available through the Chatterbait platform, from chat to tip, notes, private messages, sessions, along with many other features. Performers can now broadcast using the front-facing camera of their mobile devices by logging into m.chatterbait.com and selecting Broadcast Beta button from the left-hand side of the Chatterbait account menu. That's interesting because a lot of people, or a lot of web platforms, haven't moved into the mobile part yet. Like, you can't say Snapchat is a mobile webcam platform. That's the industry using the mainstream platform to their advantage by charging for membership subscriptions and that. But like, if you want to, webcam on adult work, or ManyVids or any of the other ones, you've still got to do it using your webcam. So that's actually forward thinking, isn't it? Because mobile apps is everything now. Can you remember, not that I'm a big fan of Apple as much as I used to be, but can you remember when the App Store first came out? It was like fucking monumental thing. And, they believed the future was apps, and they were right. And obviously now you've got the Google Play Store and Android, they've all developed it, but Apple were the ones to see the potential in it. And I remember when the first iPhone came out, and the advert was just saying, you need to divide your meal up between four, there's an app for that. You need to book a taxi, there's an app for that. And that's when people were really going, fucking hell, you can introduce this into your everyday life. And it's on a mobile phone. And even now, even the Mac platform and Windows are starting to use apps, not programs. They're not exe files and DMG files now, are they? They're pretty much apps on the desktop, sort of ecosystem. So, hats off to Chatterbait for doing that. That's interesting.
Well, I'm surprised it's actually taken this long for that to kind of kick off. Because I remember when FaceTime first came around, and then there was loads of kind of adult services where you could kind of direct contact someone, and it was basically doing a kind of webcam thing anyway. But they've just put it into a big encompassing app. And it's that obviously that's the way it should go.
Well, it's in beta format at the minute, so it might still be buggy.
True. Well, fuck no.
It's a good direction to go.
But everyone's live streaming now, aren't they? Forget webcamming and our side of things. Everyone's Facebooking live just to have a rant, or fucking going on Twitter, or fucking Periscope. Obviously this show's on Periscope now live, but obviously this is us doing a more professional sort of show where we're not just walking around going hello and stuff like that. A lot of people's asked why don't we put a Periscope thing on? It's you don't want to see us sitting on the couch, trust us. It's not what you think. We're now in the studio. We've got a really good quality microphone. That's why we sound like the dog.
At least we're not squished this time round.
Yeah, true.
Craig's not here. Never been here for a while, actually, the wanker. Right, I think it's time for some technology advice, since we've been talking about technology. It's making us hungry. Hungry for Dick's wisdom.
Yeah, I want some Christmas Dick tips.
Oh, I don't know if he's going to do that one.
Fuck.
I'll have to see. I'll have to see. He doesn't like Christmas, so I'm guessing he's just going to pretend it hasn't fucking happened. But you never know, he might wish us Merry Christmas at the end.
Hey, who knows?
Welcome to Dick's Tips from salaciouscreations.com. I was going to say proudly sponsored by Selena Secret, but he really does know his shit. You'll see.
Right, it's a special time of year because it is called fucking Christmas, apparently. Apparently it is tomorrow anyway. This is our Christmas Eve special. So I'm just wondering, is Dick Salacious going to have Christmas technology tips, or is it just going to be fuck Christmas because he hates it as much as me and just forget about it and just give us a normal one? Are you there, Dick?
Yeah, it's going to be a fuck Christmas kind of day, isn't it?
Exactly. I thought you would do that because you're exactly like me. It's just a load of fucking shit for one day, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, we overspend like and it's just another fucking day of the week, innit? At the end of the day, like.
Well, we've just been Christmas shopping earlier on, and I tell you what, you couldn't even get out the fucking car park. It was like being in a motorway traffic jam just to get out of a supermarket car park, and it's just people. This old woman had this trolley, and she was going to have to back out onto this traffic that we were in. And I'm thinking, and you should have seen the fucking food she had. Like, it must have cost her 300 quid. I've never bought that much for Christmas Day in my life.
No, that's it, innit? Fucking. We don't do Christmas massive style here. Like, we'd
No
rather be
point.
fucking better off in the long run. Fucking.
Well, exactly. I mean, we're going out for our Christmas
long
dinner.
game, innit?
Well, exactly. What's the point in fucking stretching you out and giving yourself a heart attack for the sake of one day?
Yeah, it's like birthdays, mate, and they say that fucking it's the card that fucking counts. You know how long I fucking work to get the fucking present compared to the card?
Oh, fuck that. I can't be done with cards. Like, I think it's a woman thing, not to sound sexist, but I think women love fucking cards. They're the ones who look at you as if they're going to kill you with an ice pick in your sleep if you don't get them a card.
Yeah, exactly. But there's about as much value in a card as what there is a fucking email. There you go. Happy
Exactly.
birthday.
Fucking hell. Right, so what non-Christmas bollocks have you got for us this week then?
Well, first of all, I will wish everybody a happy Christmas and a happy New Year. Because obviously we're shutting down now for over Christmas.
Yeah, we'll not be back till the 7th of January now. We're having a fucking time off, aren't we?
Yeah, fucking, I can catch up with some fucking lost fucking time on Pornhub now, like.
Flapping all Christmas, eh?
I always get fucking face cream and it works just as well on your knob, like, head's ahead in it at the end of the day. But no, basically, I'm just going to talk the end of the year out with some of the things that we can expect to see in 2019 now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're just about to make another generational jump now in terms of technology, and I still can't beat that fucking i7. You know that? We've been talking about this goddamn i7 3770 for what? Weeks now, haven't it?
Well, I'll tell you what, right? If you can't find one that'll beat it, then you want to hurry up and get one because everyone who's been listening to your section on the podcast has been buying them.
I know they've been selling like fucking hotcakes as well, and I've even spotted a couple of them for about 160 quid at the moment. So if you are looking for a computer, have a look on eBay for a Z220, okay? Because yeah, they're fucking shit hot machines, right? And I've actually seen them as low as 145 quid to 160 quid at the moment.
But what is that? Is that the same one I've got?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you will not get better value for your money than that. I've looked and looked and looked. I've looked for all the there's been an influx of servers at the moment coming on there, and they're not that much more powerful than that fucker that we found. It seems to be an anomaly in the fucking a disturbance in the fucking force, like,
I'm telling you what, Dick, I'm doing more editing downstairs from my fucking living room. I'm not fucking lying. It kicks this PC's ass up here, so there's either something wrong with the motherboard because it was flashed to be a Hackintosh, or it is just a fucking mental PC that is just amazing.
No, it's a really strong fucking CPU, and it's got a really strong fucking calculation fucking part of the processor. So,
but the people who sell them can't recognise this yet because they wouldn't.
No, they're buying them. They're
up.
buying them in bulk. They're buying them in bulk. So they're buying ex-office PCs in bulk. So I'm selling 50 fucking PCs. They're probably buying them for fucking 50 quid off a company who just needs rid of them. So, that's why they're getting away with selling them so fucking cheap. But that fucking processor seems to be an anomaly because I've been looking at all the new server stuff that's been arriving now where companies are getting rid of their servers. Now, there was one I was looking at the other day, and it was a Z600 for 900 quid. It's got a dual Xeon with 24 fucking threads in 240 gig of RAM,
So on paper, that should be faster, shouldn't it, on paper?
On paper, it should be faster, but when because I actually check what their scores are, you see, for multi-threaded performance and everything, and unfortunately, that i7 3700 is in the Z220s is kicking its ass.
That is mental, isn't it?
Yeah. So unless you're making a generational leap and you're jumping into all the Ryzens and all the Intel i9s, that type of thing, there's nothing I can find in the world right now that can fucking beat that fucking computer.
Well, the i9s aren't impressing me. Mine, some of the i7s are still faster, and Intel promised this was the next generation, and it's not.
Well, the i9, right, when you consider the price of an i9, right, so what, $2,000?
Yep, about that.
and you get a fucking Threadripper that's just as fast as it for what, 899.
Yeah.
So fucking 1,200 quid fucking cheaper. And we're about to fucking. This is what I wanted to talk about tonight. Is there's always been a law that all PC manufacturers have had to adhere to, which is Moore's law, which is obviously is coming towards its final days now. If we'd had a single core CPU, we'd have 20 gig PCs by now. If we'd stuck with a single core method.
Mm.
So you imagine having a single fucking core running at 20 gigahertz. Fucking, you warm your fucking house with that fucker.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah, fucking literally. But no, what's happening now is they're considering life after Moore's law, and if the rumors are true, we're about to see a massive price drop in the very latest of technology. So the 7 nanometer zone is about to be hit now. NVIDIA graphics cards are already at 7 nanometer. Okay, however, the actual processor units themselves are about to hit 7 nanometer, and basically it's going to be fucking insane if the price is that I've been seeing at the moment are correct, because it means everybody's going to have a 4K gaming machine for less than 600 quid if they build it themselves.
So can you remember though, sorry to interrupt, when you predicted last year that things were going to get better and then things didn't, but nobody saw coming, how things jumped up in price, and now they have gone up in price. The only way to go now is down, really, isn't it?
Yeah, the reason why the prediction came wrong is because of the explosion in Bitcoin mining. Because in my head, right, it was all over and done with, because obviously I can't just buy a graphics card and set up my own Bitcoin mine. And you can't do that. If you try and do that, then you're fucking wasting your time. The electricity bills on some of these fucking mines that are actually making money are fucking more than China's alone.
Okay,
You know, you're going to need three-phase fucking electric coming in. You've got to convert the fucking three-phase into fucking two-phase and all that sort of shit. Like, so it's just not profitable. However, a new coin came out where it was becoming profitable. Even that's moved over to these ASCII fucking miners now. Now, an ASCII machine is like having a graphics card on fucking, not just fucking steroids. It's been through fucking Narnia and fucking all sorts of gain fucking experience points. And you know, you're talking like a fucking graphics card times a million, like for what they are.
Okay.
And all they do is run calculations all day, and they do burn out, and they're fucking expensive as well. But no, next year we're about to see a generational leap in manufacturing process from AMD. Intel have gone back to 14 nanometer because they can't get any threshold yields on their 10 nanometer, so they're having to redesign some of their chips at the moment. We've seen quite a lot actually in 2018. We had the Spectre and Meltdown fucking issues with the Intel chips.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen microcode being updated by Intel and falsifying fucking benchmarks to make them still look competitive. You know, there's been a lot of fucking scandal surrounding Intel in 2018, isn't it?
We've
So
also
it's
had
leaving a year now.
We've also had the Threadripper 2, you bastard.
Yeah. I mean, the Threadripper 2, a 64 fucking thread computer.
That a consumer can buy.
Yeah, that you can just walk into a fucking shop, and the best bit is you can build a fucking banging PC that'll do. I mean, if you're a cam girl, you could probably work about fucking 10 sites at fucking once. You know, you got the fucking horsepower for it.
And it can fuck the iMac Pro up the arse.
Oh yeah, fucking hell! I can't believe the prices and the cheekiness of iMac throughout 2018. You know, we've seen £15,000 fucking computers that you can build. You know, okay, I'm not saying go out and build one if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you know, with the parts and everything, fucking, we can build a fucking computer that makes it look like a fucking pocket calculator for, you know, a third of the fucking price. Like,
but
it's even more powerful.
I don't understand how we allowed to. I mean, even Intel processors are quite expensive, right? Some graphics cards are quite expensive, but even if you put some of those expensive parts in your own computer building, it didn't have an Apple badge on, it would still be cheaper. I don't know how they get away with that.
Oh no, and the thing is, it's not like when Steve Jobs was there anymore, is it? Where it's proper engineering now. I mean, you're getting things like they're using cheaper screws, so the screws round off, unupgradable RAM, and where they're soldering it into the board to lock you in. This is it's like mobile phones. It's like I've had an iPhone, you've had an iPhone. To me, I don't see any difference between an iPhone and a fucking Android. A fucking Samsung fucking S9, for example.
Well,
right?
I don't now I've moved to Android. I'm really pleased that I made the jump. And my phone, the one I've got now, the Hawaii P20 Lite, that's the best phone I've ever had, and I'm not joking.
Yeah, but I don't see any difference. Because once you've got the app installed, to use the app, you click the app button and up comes the fucking app. Like,
Well,
I don't get what.
that's what I had to sort of come to terms with, was when I moved back to Windows, kindly persuaded by Dick Salacious and his consultancy and that. But you know, it's like once I'm in the Adobe Creative Suite, which is what I spend my life in, you can't tell what operating system you're on.
No, exactly. Because it's only when you're using a computer you actually understand what fucking operating system you're on. But at the end of the day, I think this is what a lot of people need to get their heads around now going to 2019 is you just click a fucking icon on a desktop, whether it be a phone, a tablet, or a fucking computer. It doesn't matter if it's Linux powered, if it's Android powered, if it's fucking iOS. It all works the same. I can remember a few times in 2018 reminiscing back a little bit, and somebody said I can't change to AMD even though it's better value for money because I fully understand Intel. Well, how do you fully understand fucking Intel? It's not like you can write the fucking microcode that fucking controls the fucking central processing unit, is it?
Mm.
It doesn't matter what tech you're using, be it AMD, fucking Intel, Snapdragon, Qualcomm, or anything like that, right? Everything works more or less the same way now these days. The days of the IBM Power PC processors are all gone now. Everything is based upon x86, which is 32-bit, and x64, which is 64-bit. If you're still using a 32-bit operating system going into 2019, I shall salute you.
I was going to say, it must be like a hamster power in a ball.
Yeah, I still, in my head, mate, right, I would, if I could, petition the government, I'd actually make it illegal for retailers to sell a 4 GB of RAM machine to anybody in this day and age, because 8 GB isn't even enough really to work in Chrome properly anymore.
Well, the apps are just, they use too much RAM now and too much processing power. Yeah.
It's like I'm chatting to you now on a 32 GB machine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about, I was actually tempted just to buy that server for the 240 gigs. So next time I see you, come and look at this 240 gig. Look how many, I could have 20,000 fucking Chrome tabs open.
Quality.
I got 4 fucking monitors, right? It's just a line of fucking Chrome tabs going across the lot of them, like, you know. And I don't know what any of them fucking do. I just fucking carry on going. But no, I think everybody now needs to be looking at 16 gig going into 2019. Whether you're an editor, you shouldn't be editing really on anything less than fucking 16 gig in this day and age.
No, definitely not.
But my predictions are going to be the prices are going to start to come down. I think Intel are finally going to be forced to make their products more affordable rather than the sidestepping technology that they've been doing for the last decade. So RAM prices, I think there's a lawsuit that's still outstanding at the moment to charge them something like 30 billion for the RAM industry to bring their prices down, because they are artificially inflating the prices.
I must admit it is expensive.
Phones.
Yeah, they're blaming mobile phones. Why?
Because the demand for mobile phones, some people have 4 or 5 phones these days apparently. And I mean, my Samsung's got 4 gig of RAM in it. My Samsung has actually got an 8-core processor running at 2.4 gig, and it's got fucking 4 gig of RAM in it. That's faster than some of these porn stars' fucking computers.
Yeah, but what's phone RAM got to do with PC RAM?
Well, it's the same chips that go in them, mate.
Oh,
they just alter them to use they just lower the frequency so they're not using as much power. That's hence to preserve your battery life. But because of the volume of phones now, they're taking the first dibs on all the RAM chips. We used to see this back a few years ago. So if for example, Grand Theft Auto 3, for example, so many discs were used to produce that game to get it to market, it actually raised the costs of buying blank DVDs and stuff, because obviously Take-Two had obviously bought all the discs out, all the stock, so it greatly inflated the price, and that's what's happening in the RAM chips right now.
Mm.
However, I don't believe that that's actually happening. I just think it's an excuse.
Well, just an excuse to charge more because they're wankers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd do it. Would you?
Well, I
Of
suppose
course you
so.
fucking would,
If
innit?
if I was a billionaire, I'd want more money because apparently it just makes you greedy, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. I got to admit, right? If I won the fucking lottery, say, I mean, the weekend lotto last week when it was something 73 fucking million, right? I'm not being funny. If I won 73 fucking million, I'd still go to fucking work the next day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell any fuck. I'd probably fucking put it away for 5 fucking years, work for another 5 fucking years, get into an argument with my manager, buy the fucking company off the fucking owner, then burn it down in front of the manager's fucking eyes, like, you know? That's what I'd fucking do if I ever was ever a millionaire, like, you know? That'd be my flamboyant fucking gesture. I wouldn't bother fucking paying for a piss up with everybody because that's a night that they'll never remember. Burning down the fucking company you fucking suffered with for 5 fucking years, that'll get you fucking in the paper. You'll be immortalized and remembered.
So it does certainly sound exciting where the future's going. I mean, it always is. I mean, even things beyond 2019, you know, you read things now of stuff that they think we're going to have in the next 3 to 4 years, and it's still mental to know that people like everyday people, not just people in our business who are used to buying good technology, if they wanted to, could buy technology that could make a Hollywood indie movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you're getting some really. Did you see the John Lewis movie? There's a guy who made a movie for like he made it free, just him and his mate, and obviously it was really good. It was about a guy who loses his mother and she leaves him fucking tapes. It was going around on social media like, and it was a thing for this guy should be directing fucking John Lewis fucking Christmas adverts and shit like. I think, you know, I've said this many a time. We're not in the information age anymore. We're in the creation age now. We're creating our own fucking futures and shit.
I mean, look at the way it's going. YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and now the Disney is going to do a streaming service. It's like it's going to kill off TV, but most importantly, like you say, the everyday creators like you and me, without being in the adult business, like YouTubers, for instance, people are watching programs based on their interests from videos by everyday people that rather than watching TV. It's amazing.
Yeah, and TV can't cater to your own personal, individual wants and needs. Like, it's like if I can put Netflix on, on the very rare occasion I don't do anything for a fucking weekend. This being fucking one of it. I mean, I've been watching Watership fucking Down, but it was only 2 episodes in. I didn't know. I'd have waited for all 4 fucking episodes so I could have watched them all back to fucking back, like, you know.
And then some cunt asked you to do a podcast.
Yeah, and then some fucker told me to be here at past fucking 6, and it's now fucking 10 to fuck. Well, it's now 3 minutes to fucking 9, like, you know. Fucking northern bastards. Evil English fucking overlords. That's what it fucking comes down to, isn't it? But no, it is. It's the world's such a different place now, and I don't think the corporations anymore know where it's going to go anymore. We've given the kids the tools to shape their own fucking future now, and they're fucking fighting back in a big way. The independent producers are up doing the big fucking companies now. I mean, I'm only a small studio, you're a larger studio. You know, compared to the largest ones we have in the UK, you know, we got a lot more flexibility than them. We got a lot more freedom than them. We're not a machine that needs to keep churning shit out, so we can actually give a damn about fucking people at the end of the day.
Yeah, but one thing that makes me laugh about these bigger companies in the UK that's bigger than all of us, look at the fucking shit they're editing on.
Yeah. Oh no, I saw the fucking thing with their editor. He's got a 2 gig fucking graphics card. My Linux server's got fucking a 2 gig.
I mean,
graphics
seriously,
card.
Dick, I'm not being funny, right? But like, where are they getting their information from? Because they obviously don't listen to the UK Porn Podcast, do they?
No, exactly. But the problem is, is if something costs £2,000, it should be safe to assume that it's fucking good.
Mm.
But what people don't understand is like, I'd rather have a 10 grand machine, right? Because that's going to last me a good 10 years. A 10 grand machine is not going to fucking go to waste for me. You know, I'm not going to just be playing fucking solitaire and Minesweep and fucking Sudoku and shit like that, like, you know. For me, yeah, it's a great deal of value in fucking a £10,000 fucking machine. However, a 2 grand machine should still be within a price range that makes it fucking good, isn't it? Now, a £2,000 fucking laptop that's got Windows on it is going to be a hell of a lot better than a 2 grand fucking Mac.
Well, you know that the machine I'm talking to you on now was only £1,600 against the £2,800 MacBook Pro, and it's got a 6 gig graphics card in. I can upgrade the RAM to 32. I can upgrade the M.2 drive.
Yeah.
It's just fucking silly now.
Yeah, it's the speed. I mean, one thing I have learned though is I've become spoilt. If my computer doesn't boot up in 9 seconds now and is ready to go in 9 seconds, I think there's something fucking wrong with it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I had to fix somebody's computer the other day, and it took 4 minutes to fucking boot up. I actually thought the fucking thing had gone wrong already. Something like, oh, what the fuck's wrong with this? And it was just how long some people take to boot up. And apparently, some of those fucking cheap shit fucking laptops where they're still using duo cores from fucking 1995, they were like their fucking CPU back, by the way. You know, I can't imagine waiting 15 minutes for my fucking computer to boot up.
But you know what makes me laugh about us talking about, taking the piss out of dual cores, where at the time they came out, they were a revolution at the same time, but I don't think the same revolution is what we've got now. For instance, a Threadripper 2 would last until 2027, 28, 29,
Yeah.
20, 30 maybe, and it wouldn't be as bad or as slow, because there's no way apps are going to out-adapt that.
No, that's going to be that.
We're in the age now where whatever technology you get, it lasts longer because it's powerful than it needs to be at the time of release anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I doubt you're ever going to max that out. So you're never going to be giving it a hard life because there's so much power there. So it's like having a Ferrari can go all the way up to 16,000 RPM. And, you only drive it around at 5,000 RPM. You're never going to wear that fucking engine out, are you? And it's the same thing for something like that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to get a Threadripper too, if I'm honest, next year. I've already got a few fucking thousand savings ready for that. But I need a car first. Gotta have to fucking replace fucking Selena's fucking car after it went fucking pop, bang, So, yeah, that's going to be the number one priority. But yeah, I mean, I could probably get a Threadripper fucking 2 bill for £2,000 because I think to end 2018 on is I'm not going to be talking about so much budget parts anymore.
Well, since I'm obviously I have the summer off now, I think that's going to be the time when I'm going to get my new kit, because I've got 3.5 months of not doing any shoots where I can get a new machine, move everything over and build it back up and get everything installed where I don't have to worry about it slowing us down.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to do that in my downtime next year. So basically at the latest August, I'm going to have a Threadripper 2 and I'm going to have a permanent hard on every time I'm on the computer.
Yeah, fucking, I would have that as well. Fucking stick your dick up against that CPU without a fucking cooler on it. It would be permanently fucking printed in it. But no, I think we are going to see a massive generational leap. And if some of the prices I'm seeing going into 2019 are real, RAM isn't still cheap though. Although we have seen kits, haven't you, for 32 gig of RAM for about 250 quid, which is fucking pretty good actually.
No, that's all right, actually, yeah.
We're starting to see some of this year's stuff coming on Amazon in bundle kits for about 700 quid. And that's got 32 gig of RAM, and that's still a 16 fucking threaded processor, so that's still a hell of a lot of power. It's a lot more than the last generation, which is obviously what we've been touting as a budget entry level.
Well, it's like you've always said though, like DDR4 is the latest RAM. I know DDR5 is due to come out, but if you know what you're doing with how fast you can make the RAM or possibly overclock it, sometimes DDR3 is still faster. It's not always about, oh, the latest RAM's faster just because it's the latest RAM.
Yeah, I think the problem that people have is they say, well, this is 16 gig of RAM at DDR4 and it's only 100 quid. And this one here is 16 gig of DDR4 and it's 300 fucking quid. I'll just get the fucking 100 quid one.
Yeah.
Now, I always look at, obviously, because I actually look at the fucking parts and what I'm actually getting, so I'm not getting diminishing returns either. So I'll always buy the fastest I possibly can, and I'll also up the clock speeds a little bit as well. I won't fucking take the piss, but I will up the clock speeds a little bit as well. Just give me a little bit of a boost. But it's not always, just because you can pay £100 for 16 gig of RAM doesn't mean it is actually any good at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what, in your mind then, Paul, what would you say has been the biggest lesson for you in 2018?
I would say that there was life after Apple. And I think when you're as busy as what I am, and effectively, it doesn't matter whether I'm a mid-level company or not. I'm a one-man band, and I do everything myself. So in a way, I'm an indie filmmaker by mainstream terms. And you just never seem to have the balls or the time to risk moving. And then what if it's the biggest thing you regret you've ever made, and you just literally can't get away with it? It's a fear of the unknown. It's the fear of being able to get viruses easier again, and the fact that you do pay a premium for Apple because they do go wrong less because you're paying that money, and because there's so many different makes of motherboard and RAM, and everything's not unified to one company, there's more can go wrong. And even in my move over, I've had some temperamental things that you've had to help us with, because if something goes wrong, I need your company to help us, because I haven't got a clue about most things. So I think it's a fear of the unknown, but I've learned that there's life after Apple in phones. There's life after Apple in tablets, which is the next thing I'm going to purchase to get rid of my fucking iPad. There's life after Mac OS. As much as I did love the operating system and had some good features, I feel like Windows gives us more of a sort of foot in the whole industry type of thing, because it is still the biggest, most used commercial operating system. And just that everything that I used to take for granted I can do on the PC and more. And I had to find that out though by trusting your company, and that you know what you're doing. But it was still scary. It's just the fact that I knew I had somebody like you at the other end, which is what you specialise in, and not everyone's got that, or they haven't if they don't listen to this fucking podcast, so better fool them. But so my biggest lesson is £2,000 doesn't equal a good computer necessarily, like you just said.
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm glad the podcast is actually being of benefit to people, and a lot of the people I've met in 2018, I do genuinely get on with now, you talk a lot and all that sort of shit. It's nice to be trusted within this sort of fucking industry, because it's not a very fucking trusting fucking industry.
No, I must admit this. I mean, I used to say there's more good people than bad people in the industry. I think it's about 50-50 now, like.
Yeah, you got the chances who still think there's fucking quick buck to be made, and then you got the fucking people who know it isn't a fucking quick buck, and it's a fucking commitment.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the fucking biggest difference, I think, for everybody going into 2019 now with age verification coming out. I think we're going to see the quick one-stop fucking bang fucks are going to be fucking dropping out. And obviously the ones who've actually fucking taken the fucking time to spend a fucking few months getting fucking ready for it are going to fucking thrive, like, because we'll be the only ones left.
Yeah, well, the reason why we'll be the only ones left is because we've always adapted. If you always adapt, you'll adapt to this. If you've never adapted, then you won't. And I think that's the thing. You can't keep talking about the way the industry used to be and how much money you used to make and how easy it was in this medium. It doesn't exist anymore, so fuck off and shut up.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to fucking be in for a rude awakening. You're not going to be able to just buy your fucking compliance. You're not going to be able to just buy this and buy that, because A, you haven't got the fucking money to do that anymore, and B, you need to know how it fucking works to benefit your fucking self. If you get called upon to fucking testify in fucking court and you're getting cross-examined, they're going to be expecting you to have the answers.
Yeah, exactly. And ums and means you're taking too long to answer the fucking question.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just doesn't sound fucking good, does it? Like,
I don't know. I've heard that on the odd fucking chart song that was a load of shit, so it's quite commercial. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I rehearsed that for 6 hours, like earlier in a mirror. But no, in seriously going forward, we are going to be fine, but it's going to require everybody to knuckle down a little bit and professionalize themselves. Because if you're not thinking about professionalizing yourself now, you're going to really fucking struggle in 2019. We've given you all the I mean, technically, I've been giving my competitors fucking tech advice for free on this podcast. If you haven't been looking and listening, and you still think that your little fucking atom fucking powered 1.2 gigahertz dual core with 2 gig of RAM is a fucking editing machine, then, good luck to you. I shall wish you all the luck in the fucking world, but,
But we wash our fucking hands of you.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking lose any fucking sleep when you've fucking foreclosure notices come out. Okay.
Well, one final thing, Dick. What has been your most valuable lesson in 2018? Because obviously you've stepped a little bit out of the shadows and into more professional production. Not that you've never been able to do it, but you've just tended to do it more this year. So some of the things that you've helped me with, I was already doing some of them things. You just helped me switch my technology to another platform. But you've started to come up to my level like very, very fast. Like I didn't pick things up as quick as what you have in the editing like side of things. It took me a lot longer. I think 4 or 5 years into my 17 years before I was competent, and you seem to have just taken to it, just like that. So what do you think you've learned, if anything? Because you fucking learn everybody else, but it's worth asking you.
No, it is. Well, I've learned that. What have I fucking learned? I've learned to wipe my bum and flush the toilet after myself. Don't piss on the seat in a public place.
God, you've learned how to do that. I still do that.
If somebody pisses me off in a work fucking place, I will still piss on the fucking seat and leave it there because I know that fucker wanted the toilet as well because they were moaning 5 minutes earlier about it. Small little victories in life, but no, the one thing I've learned is with the right people, you can ask questions. They have very valuable information. So even if you're on a rival fucking platform, the information that you can see, you can give, it really helps. And one thing that's really helped my editing, I got to admit, is watching a bit more telly. I mean, I never watch telly. All I ever do is fucking read, right? Because I spend my life on a fucking train. And because of I've spent more time watching TV, I've learned so much more about camera angles, framing, color grading, actually framing, how to frame the fucking shots, how to capture certain things, the pussy like fucking method. It's all come together. But because I have a lot of time on the train, it gives me a lot of time to actually process the information that I'm seeing. So in a way, I'm still at a bit where I do need to quicken up. Okay, anybody who's ever worked for me, I just need to be a bit bossier. I think I've learned about myself because if you're dealing with swingers, they're not actually fucking porn stars, and they don't take very well to doing like fucking cuts and all that sort of shit. So it's more about having a more of a fluid approach for me. I've had to learn this year. So if I got somebody who is okay, the guy is the weak point. Obviously, we all know that, don't we?
Yep.
If
His
the guy
knob
can't
can go
perform,
down at any point in time.
yeah, I mean, I can't have a go at him. Like, come on, you fucking fucktard. Like, make sure you fucking get it up. Like, innit? If they're coming from a wrong mindset, you have to really think about what the storyline's going to be. And do you have to be a bit more fluid in your approach, not interrupting them and reframing it while action's going on, without actually stopping the action, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Because that allows them to carry on in the mindset they're in without having to do a different take here and a different take there. And I think that's been one of the biggest things that I've learned this year because I still haven't used my fucking. I bought a fucking rail system as well, and I still haven't got to use it yet.
Well, you'll not get a chance to use that until 2019 now, mate. The whole year's closed off.
Yeah, fucking one of the shoots where unfortunately the girl was unable to fucking turn up. Like I had all these like stylized fucking shots I wanted to do as part of the build up to the actual sex. And the rail bit was going to really help that because I was going to do like a triple focus jump and all that sort of shit. But yeah, so that'll be my big thing for fucking 2019 is actually getting to use that fucking rail so I can do all those smooth sweeping shots and all that sort of shit.
But you've hit the nail on the head there because I started to really, obviously I did filmmaking in university, so I already knew the methods, but your style comes just off doing it. And
Yeah.
I learned off TV as well. I mean, I still put bits in Nerd Pervert that's stolen from things. Some of it's obvious, some of it you really have to look and go, where the fuck have I seen that? We filmed a very heartfelt farewell to Scarlet where the nerd finally showed his real self. And the reason why he does all this is because it's a confidence thing. He has to be someone he's not because he doesn't have any confidence in his own looks, and he revealed that to Scarlet and she sort of comforted him and stuff. It was quite a touching thing. That's taken off something I've seen. Something that I absolutely was blown away by when I was watching that version of it, and I just put it in Nerd Pervert. That's how you do it, and as long as you put your own spin on it, it's classed as influenced by, not ripping it off and copying.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things I found for my influence is I found a series that like a lot of girls probably fucking watch, but it's actually all right. Like it wasn't just all fucking softly like that fucking vampire helping the police catch other vampires, that sort of shit. It was like two brothers like fucking getting really fucking down, nasty and fucking dirty to accomplish their fucking tasks, but they had the same editors for all 248 episodes that I've seen.
Oh, well, that helps.
Yeah, so, but you could see how, like, for me, because I watch a film, I'm not watching the fucking film. I'm thinking, what's the director fucking saying? What's the cameraman fucking doing right now? Where's the sound guy likely to be now? And all that sort of shit.
That's why I go and see a film that I really enjoy twice at the cinema, because I
Yeah.
can't switch off either. I'm thinking of the visual style, the pacing, the cutting, the colour grading, the mood, everything like that. But then sometimes I go back a second time and I watch it as a film viewer.
Yeah.
And as a film viewer, I don't enjoy the movie, but I respected and thought the technique and the craftsmanship of the filmmaking was amazing.
Yeah.
So
exactly, mate.
I've wasted my money twice on a shit film, but yet it was a very fucking well made film though.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest skills I think a lot of people in the industry could do with. I don't think we're in a position now where you can say that'll do. Your fucking portrait, fucking filmed, fucking mobile, fucking phone footage that a guy you're bouncing up and down on is trying to fucking take for you. You know, I think it's a case of people want higher fucking quality now. You know, I think the amateur fucking level is increased now, and the expectations increased because of things like YouTube. Because I'm not being funny, fucking, you know, some of the shit we talk about that we've seen on YouTube, that guy's using fucking £250,000 fucking cameras.
Well, so, I'll tell you what, some of it is better than what I've seen on TV, mate. And this is the thing, right? If television's going to compete with YouTube, they're going to have to do away with, now it's 7 o'clock, this is on, and it's going to all have to be a streaming service where they can employ everyday people like the people on YouTube to make them a tech show. Because
I think
it
that's
won't
why-
be based on ratings anymore, it'll be based on downloads. That's how Netflix works. The only reason why something gets a second season is because it's had enough hits.
Yeah, Amazon Prime does as well. They actually change almost in real time. So the editors are actually working on the episode before the week it comes out.
Yeah.
So they're going off literally status scores of what do people like, this sort of thing, because they have your Facebook data as well. It made Netflix rise very, very quickly because they knew exactly what we wanted, and they made the things that we exactly wanted. I mean, you watch a Netflix original, I have to admit, I'm one of the fucking people that's for they're getting rid of Disney, they're getting rid of Warner Brothers and all this shit, right? And they're going to be concentrating on making their own fucking programs. And I thought, why the fuck would I want to watch that? Like, and then all these Netflix fucking originals started coming out, and I'm fucking blown away.
Well, Paradise PD is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, fucking, you got to see Paradise fucking PD. Final Space is another good one. It's a little bit oddball, like.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm amazed that I was watching this other animated one called F for Family, and that's just getting a third season, so I'm dying to watch that. That's fucking good as well.
Yeah, I've just finished the third season. It is fucking shit hot, like.
Fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the third one yet, but I just absolutely love it. It's brilliant.
Well, that's it. Because of the Facebook data they got and how things are all linked together, and you know they really use data mining to their advantage. And I think that places like the BBC, I mean, who the fuck wants to watch an episode once a week?
Well,
It's a fucking Saturday.
But
my
this is what I'm
wife's
saying.
out.
Yeah, exactly. If you're on your own and there's 10 episodes of a season, which Netflix very well doesn't overbloat it to 23 episodes a season, they keep it at 10, so they can keep your concentration span, leave you wanting more, but still able to drop all episodes all at once. I think that's a brilliant way.
Yeah, it's digital crack.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then you do get withdrawal symptoms when you do have to wait a full year for the next season.
Yeah. I mean, I get pissed off when that thing that continue watching fucking comes up on the fucking screen. I was like, what the fuck they put that in? Then I realised I've been watching fucking 6 hours of fucking shit, like, you know? It's like fucking SpongeBob marathon.
Well, Dick, I have to say this because it's fucking Christmas, right? So Merry Christmas, mate. Thank you for all your hard work on the UK Porn Podcast this year. I hope we continue to go from strength to strength next year. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if you're saying all this year has been simple and we're going into a new realm of understanding. Are you going to put us all in a coma? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'll help you sleep at night, so I could be like the book at fucking bedtime. And
Fucking hell, you will.
I
or
will,
not?
lad. No, thanks for 2018, mate. It's been an absolute blast knowing you. And everybody who's involved in our little circle. It's been absolutely fucking brilliant knowing everybody.
But the
I've
circle's getting smaller and smaller because there's a lot of cunts kicking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of cunts kicking about, but the small circle that we have at the moment is working really well. And you're all great guys, and I've got no problem with helping any of you out. It's been great. The wife's position has increased in the industry. My position has increased in the industry. You've gone from Apple to fucking Windows. Other people have actually bought some fucking good equipment now.
And I'm less fucking stressed. I never thought I'd ever say that.
Oh yeah, I've always this is it. Since I've ever met you, I've always said your free time's worth a lot more than you're giving it credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter, you could be earning $1 million fucking quid a year, it's not worth your fucking free time. So structure yourselves and pace yourself so you can have time for yourself, because you're never gonna get that fucking time back.
Yeah, well, I've realised that myself, actually, when I had that time off over the summer. And to be honest with you, it's made it worse. Like, I've really, like, longed for Christmas coming, but not for the fucking ho, ho, ho and all that shit. Just literally because I'll have 2 weeks off. Maybe it's longer. Sometimes I have 3 weeks off. I haven't got a shoot until the fucking middle of January, and I might not fucking come back till then.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's important because you're looking forward to time off, and that's the whole point of working. It's not all about having fucking bags and bags of fucking money. It's about being comfortable.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't realise that the extra work I was doing wasn't making us any more money because the brand's got a life of its own now.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got a whole new style now as well.
Yeah,
that's a brave move, mate. Taking a new style.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm fucking shitting myself because I'm still not quite happy with it yet. Don't get us wrong, I'm happy with the cameras. I'm happy with James Logan. He's amazing. I couldn't ask for anyone better to carry the brand on. But the only thing is, I'm just still developing my fake vlog jump cutty style with the colour grading, and I'm just not quite there where I'm like, that's going out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet you hate sending me the samples in it to see what I think, because I always point out that jump was a little bit long.
Well, yeah, but sometimes I need to be told that, though, because a fresh pair of eyes, I mean, I never take criticism in a bad way, because you've got to remember, when you go, like, oh, that's too long, I'll go, oh, yeah. And it's like, well, why did I not fucking say that? I've watched it fucking 20 times. And that's why you need to hand it over and just get thick skin and go, what do you think? Because you can't be putting it out when you're missing things just because you're too close to it, you know what I mean?
No, exactly. And that's part of the reason why we're growing now, whereas others aren't. They can't take the criticism. They're not willing to try new things. It's rinse and fucking repeat. When you're not rinsing and repeating, you can tailor it a little bit more, then, you're going to do better because it's something fresh for the fucking people to re-engage interest. Because some of the largest company in the UK, it's always the fucking same shit.
Mm. But this is the
Not
problem.
even...
This is the problem, though, right? The reason why you've had success this year, and hopefully I'm going to have success with the slight changes I'm making in my brand. There's always a time where I might make a wrong decision and the brand might fucking go in the toilet. You never know. That's why you can never take it for granted. But at least we keep trying new things, both in technology and filming methods and everything else. And these millionaire companies, how did they even get to be millionaires if they didn't take risks? It's like they took one risk, it made money, and they thought, right, fuck it, let's leave it alone. We're not fucking risking it again. It's like, but you can afford to risk it. We can't, but we still do.
No. Yeah, that's it. And that's what makes us dynamic, and it gives us the freedom that they don't have. I could reveal a way that it is possible how they've done it, I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But I think that's a little bit too much to give away on a fucking podcast.
Well, especially it's Christmas Eve as well, and, we don't want people losing sleep and then fucking Santa not coming for giving them people presents and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd just like to wish every cam girl good luck who works Christmas Day. I know there is some lonely guys out there, and you are doing them a service.
Yep.
But so, good luck on your Christmas Day endeavours. I will wish you luck on that, because I know it is a busy fucking day, especially for phone sex workers as well. I hope everybody who is listening is going to spend Christmas with somebody or something, even if it's a fucking battery-powered fucking thing, you know. At the end of the day, I just hope peace and love to all of you, and I shall speak to you again in 2019.
And remember, don't buy fucking shit.
Yeah, don't buy fucking shit, all right? Because I won't fucking help you.
Yeah, see, I thought he wouldn't. He's like that.
He's fucking grummy
humbug.
bastard.
Yeah.
Fucking hate Christmas. Hate it.
Huh.
Hate it nearly as much as me, but not quite.
It's probably because he never gets the tech he really wants.
Aye. Probably is. He like opens it up and it's like not the computer he was hoping
Yeah,
for. It's like
aye.
the CPU's like.
Well,
a
this
little bit
CPU's shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, I want to take this opportunity to tell you about itsadult.com, your one-stop shop for the adult industry. Networking, events, news, interviews, podcasts, a message forum. You can you can sell clips, you can phone, text or chat, all from your It's Adult profile. So it's the directory for the adult business and for all fans as well. So if you want to buy a few cheeky clips or book a webcam session, just sign up exactly like somebody would with a model profile and get your trousers pulled down, lad. You know what I mean? Right, more adult industry news now. So this this is when you know the most powerfulest thing on the planet is if you've got a fucking pussy between your legs.
Alright, go on.
Right? Like people say like feminism and female empowerment, they've always had the fucking power,
Yeah.
right? Because they've got something that we all want and we all like to fucking prod.
That they
Right?
do.
Sorry to be sexist, but listen to this and you'll see where I'm going with it, right? So, Playboy Playmates, Krista and Christiana Shannon, are now to take their relationship to a whole new level because the twin sisters have signed on for an extremely lucrative deal in porn.
Right.
The Shannon twins, that they've signed a 7-figure deal with Brazzers,
Okay.
one of the biggest porn companies in the business, where we know that. The centerfolds, who both dated Hugh Hefner, tell us Brazzers had approached them with the idea of shooting porn. After mulling it over, they decided to sign on. We're told that this was extensive negotiation going on before the sisters locked down their lucrative deal. We're told shooting dates have already been set and everyone involved is very excited. As for the types of scenes, both girls will be shooting boy, girl, 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 boy, girl, girl, and all the girl group stuff as well, and will be appearing in the same scenes together. We're told the scenes will be tastefully done and abide by the rules and regulations to avoid any issues with the siblings being featured together on camera. The twins also starred on a reality show, The Girls Next Door. Tell us Hef would be proud that we're reinventing ourselves just like he had done throughout his legacy. We added, there's no doubt we are the closest twins on the planet. They're also very excited to finally share with everyone that we are now complete fucking monsters in the bedroom exclusively with the best Brazzers. Along with their new career move comes new responsibilities, so we're told both Shannon twins are currently in the process of insuring their butts for $1 million each.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
Now wasn't it Kieran Lee who insured his cock for $1 million, didn't he?
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Because he's a British lad.
Yeah.
He seems to be over here now,
Oh, is he?
shooting content, yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's like part of ways with Brazzers or whether he's just like come home and
Yeah.
you know he's lived up there. He's one of the very, very few studs who's done well.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there. You know, I mean, women very rarely get sent over and stopped there,
Aye.
and men even less so. But obviously he's done quite well for himself. So what do you think of that? Then I mean, obviously that's just proof. I don't even know who we are, by the way, but that is just proof that everyone's got a price. Well, not everyone. If you
Yeah.
flat out didn't want to do it, you wouldn't.
Aye.
But it must have always been on the cusp of. It's not at the top of our list, but if we're offered enough money, we'll do
Oh,
it.
fuck yeah.
So come on, right? So the
Would
two
we?
very, very famous Playboy models,
Aye.
and Playboy is tasteful nude.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sometimes you see the bacon rind, but they don't open the legs in the Playboy magazine. It's quite tame. And they're going on to doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, you can't really blame them, really, can you? I always said if I was a good-looking woman with a nice body, I'd be the fucking biggest whore in the world.
Yeah.
Because you'd make money.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Everyone in the porn industry, all women who make money in the porn industry, you know, most of the time are happy with what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's not how the media reports it.
Oh, yeah.
They're in it because they want to do it. And they like making money and they like having sex and they like, you know, being,
Their
you know,
own boss.
voyeurs
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everything.
They like being powerful business
Exhibitionists and stuff like that. Well, models have never ever been as powerful business women as they are now because they work for themselves.
Yeah.
But it just shows you that you know, people with money can come knocking if they think you're worth it. Mental that, don't it?
It's a canny bit of money, like.
So good luck, girls. You know what I mean?
God.
Exactly. Right, so let's listen to our chat with a girl who's just recently shot for Nerd Pervert Season 9, the lovely Danny Marie.
That sounds dead interesting.
Right, so I'm here with Danny Marie for our Christmas special on the UK Porn Podcast. You alright there, Danny?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
That's alright, that's alright. We're going to do this actually on the day because you just recently shot with us, haven't you? But we ran out of time, didn't we?
My train, you know, I had to get back by 9, I think, so...
So is that alright though? Would it be a journey you could do again, do you think? Or is it just like, oh fuck, that was too long?
No, it was fine. I downloaded a bunch of stuff from Netflix, so I literally had like 3 hours on the way to just be able to just chill. It was like heaven, actually, so definitely.
Oh, that's alright, because every person who usually comes to us for a shoot, they usually say, oh, me tablet died on us like 10 minutes into the journey. It's like, well, that wouldn't happen if it was me. I'd make sure it was like charged up, because that must have been a nightmare, that.
Well, I will confess, like, I was sort of one of them people where I didn't charge it, but I did make sure to get a seat that had a plug, so I was fine.
There you go. That's like in the winning section. That's a tick in the winning box, isn't it?
Yeah, I was winning.
Right, so if we start from the beginning, like I ask every person that we interview on the show, whether they be a model or a web designer or photographer or whatever, how did you get started in the business, and how long ago was it?
How did I get started? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how long ago it was. Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I first started, I watched a documentary, and it was about phone chat, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, I could do that. And I just had like a job working at a supermarket at the time, and so it didn't pay much or anything. And one of the nights I made like a profile on Adult Work, and people were just calling like mad. I was like, okay, I didn't expect this. So then from there I sort of started webcamming like a year later, and then I made a Twitter and stuff like that, and then I just started doing shoots within the last year, so it's just sort of been like more of like a progressive thing.
So when you did the webcam and stuff, was it like, apart from that program that you watched, was there a lot of research you had to do? Because obviously I know that you're a gamer, so you're a little bit tech savvy, a lot more than probably what most models are who start out and probably don't even know how to switch a laptop on. So was there anything that you had to learn, not essentially like the performance of actually what you do on camera, but like technology and cameras and stuff like that?
Well, to begin with, I just had like quite a basic like webcam, because I didn't really know, like when I first started, like what I was sort of looking for. But then I started to learn more about lighting and like camera quality and how much like you upload like rate, you know, like really does depend on, you know, like your frames per second and stuff. So sort of ended up doing like a lot of research on that. Now I've got like a really good webcam, but I think I've gone through like 2 or 3 different webcams, and hopefully not going to go through anymore, because this one cost me a lot.
Well, I would imagine though, because that's your full-time job, like, you know, you do more webcam than you do modelling, don't you? So
yeah, I do.
I mean, when you think about it, people have a webcam to sometimes do a monthly chat with some family member who's in Australia, not use it hours a day, so you probably burn through them just because they probably weren't even made for that type of level of use.
Yeah, they weren't. But I've got like, I use a gaming laptop as well to cam from, which I think is better because I think it's more sort of sturdy and reliable.
Yeah.
And I can also sort of in between sessions like tab out and play a game too, which is also good.
Oh, well, that's quite good then, yeah. So, like, and then obviously, I bet you could just get to a point where you've been getting killed loads of times, and you're like, oh my god, I've done it, and then the phone will ring, does it?
That's happened so many times. I play like an online game as well, so a lot of the time I'll be like talking to someone or whatever. I'll be like, be right back, and then I'll literally disappear for like an hour, and they'll be like, oh, where's she gone?
I can imagine you like going like, oh my god, I found the secret level that website was on about. Oh my god, I can't believe it. And the phone ring, you're like, oh for fuck's sake, some people are so you go, hello, my name's Danny, how are you? Like switching the charm on.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Or I'll be like doing something on a game, and I'll be like in quite a bad mood because can't do it or whatever, and then like I have to like switch up. I'm like, hi, how are you? I'm like, I'm so horny. It's like I'm not. I'm so frustrated.
Yeah, you're just angry horny. That's what you have to pass it down
angry
as.
horny, which isn't a bad thing.
Well, they'll probably buy it if you're convincing. It's like, I'm so mad. I couldn't get to level. I mean, me husband isn't giving us sex, and I just need it. Whatever. So as like a webcam girl, like, because I don't know loads about it, is it like where you have to like show a little bit for free before they go into a paid area, or do you just go straight for the pay area? Like, obviously, if somebody sees your picture and wants to have a session with you, then they already know that they like the look of you. So do you have to sort of, I don't know, tease them first, or do you just go straight into a show? How does that work?
Well, it depends on really what campsite you do work on. I mainly cam from adult work, so there is the option to just go straight to paid and not do like any free chat. But especially recently, I've actually enjoyed doing a little bit of free chat just because I can be more myself, and I think some people like that. They can see that I'm just like a normal girl for a bit, and just see what I'm sort of like, get a feel for me, see me properly and stuff. Because I think pictures are good, but I think like a webcam sort of, shows a bit more sort of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I mean, is there any sort of DIY marketing that goes with that, or do you just have to literally like post on Twitter and possibly some forums that you're going online, or do people just find you just because the website that you use puts you on as live now? So do you know what I mean? How does that work? Like, how do you get interest in people coming to see you?
I'd say that Twitter is huge for like, sort of letting people know when I'm online. But advertising, really, you've got to put sort of money in to like make money, I think. So paying for featuring is a huge thing you have to do.
Well, that's good that though, because that's nice for you to hear, because there's so many models who I know and webcam girls, you see them like sort of moaning about not making any money, but they haven't invested in decent equipment, and they haven't invested in, like you say, paying some money out to get it back. And I always feel like that sends a bad message to the people who you do want to possibly come and watch you, because if you're not investing in yourself, that means you don't believe in yourself. It's like they might not mean it to come across like that, but I think sometimes it does.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls, especially maybe if they're new or whatever, they think that it's quite easy money, and like obviously it sort of can be, but you definitely have to put the effort like there to make it back, and put effort in yourself and be approachable too, and just otherwise, well, personally, if I was a guy, I wouldn't want to spend money on somebody that wasn't, putting 100%.
Yeah. No, definitely. So a lot of people, I mean, this is open to interpretation, but a lot of people can say that like the webcam sort of job can be quite lonely. But obviously, you've got family around you, but do you try and make a conscious decision to see friends as much as possible outside of work? Because I always find that the people who say that it's lonely, they mustn't really have friends around where they live, because like how would you put yourself in that situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'd say for me it's a little bit different, because I don't really have many friends where I live, but because I play online games, I've got sort of friends like online that I spend like a lot of time with, and like I speak to them over voice chat. So
Yeah.
like they're like even people that I've met up with like in real life before. So it's sort of when I like hang out on that, it sort of feels like like I'm with them sort of thing. So it can be lonely, but I don't know. You do just have to sometimes make the effort to go outside. And my family live like not too far away, so I try and see them as much as I can.
I was going to say, if you're ever bored and lonely, you can always come to Durham. But the only,
Yeah.
the only thing with that is the one thing we can't do is play games, because honestly, I'm a bad nerd in that sense because I don't play them.
You need to be taught.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I have got. I've got an emulator on my PC downstairs, which has got all the retro games that I used to play as a kid. So be all the old Sega Mega Drive ones and the Super Nintendo. So I've quite enjoyed revisiting them, but I think that's just like because it's a trip down memory lane, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love them games.
So do you watch a lot of the game review channels on YouTube and stuff then, do you, when there's a game coming out that you want?
Yeah, just recently actually, I felt like a little bit lazy with playing games. So what I found that I've been doing, like for new releases especially, is I've been watching someone else sort of like play them on YouTube.
There's loads. That's really popular. There's one, I can't remember the guy's name, but I saw it advertised on an advert when I was watching another tech review, and they get over 3.5 million subscribers, so they must be making a fortune out of that. That'll be like a lucrative business.
Yeah, I've always thought of like maybe like starting to like Twitch stream or something.
Yeah, you probably be right up your street. That, and if you've already got like a little bit of online followers, because one thing that a lot of webcam girls do, who I've noticed who are into gaming, sometimes stream live playing a game, but what they'll do is have a little green screen so they can put themselves in the bottom left hand corner. It's not actually hard to do. And they do that for free because you're doing it at your leisure, but you're also getting people to get to know you so that you can entice them into paying for a webcam chat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I think that would work for me, actually. I should definitely do that in the new year.
Because when you think about it, like, a lot of people wouldn't want to put that many hours into giving something away for free, but you're not, because you're still getting your sort of game playing like hours like filled up, aren't you? So it's like a double thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like two birds in one stone.
Yeah. So what would you say for like someone starting out in webcamming, if like say their New Year's resolution is something that they always wanted to try? What advice would you give somebody who, you know, was brand new to it? Like, what type of things do you wish you'd known back then when you weren't new?
I think that I wish I would have known sort of how many people in like your personal real life will find you, because you think that they won't, but they will. So I wish sort of like somebody told me that, because I thought, oh, it's fine, nobody will, you know who I am. There's like millions of people in the UK. What is the odds of somebody finding me? But chances are, somebody will find you. And I don't know, if I could go back in time, I wish I'd have just told my family from the start, rather than them, sort of finding out from other people.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's well, I know we do a lot stronger levels than what you do, but it's the same thing with what we do, like, because we shoot a very, very high level of new girls, because we've got obviously the reputation to shoot people who've never done anything like this before, and we've got the experience, so we get a lot of new girls coming in. But I've had some people who have wanted to do it because they're single, and then I always do put it to them, well, what if you meet somebody, like, this is forever, or what if your family find out? And sometimes I put them off, but
yeah,
a lot of people think I'm stupid, because a lot of other producers say, well, Paul, that's not your job to be their conscience. Like, if they say they want to do porn, they must have considered that before contacting you, and if they haven't, it's tough shit. Like, you're not in the business to be everybody's, like, granddad and stuff like that.
I think I think that's like a better way to be. To be honest, it makes people think, because it's not going to just go away. Like, it's once it's out there, it's out there. So
well, exactly. But I do put more people off than who actually do it. But at least when they say yes after all of that, they're doing it for the right reasons. And I have had the odd model who still ends up regretting it, because you can't foresee the future.
Yeah.
But at least at the time, they can never say that I made it sound more glorious than it is, or that I've just said it just because I like the look of her and she's a new face, and I've just said it for my personal gain, because I'm not that type of person, in business or outside.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I totally know what you mean.
So yeah, so you just think, like, obviously honesty is the best
yeah, I
policy.
think, to be honest, just be honest. I think that before like starting anything like this, you've really got to sit down and think about it and think about what you actually want to do in the future too. Like for me, this is like what I wanted to do. Like I'm not one of them people where I was growing up, I was like, oh, I want to be a teacher or anything like that. Like I wanted something a bit more like out the box. So this fits like perfectly for me. So if you're somebody that's thinking of eventually you want to have a career in something else, you're going to have to think, can I still do that career after this?
But it goes down to the whole thing of that shouldn't even be an issue, but it is, because
yeah, I know.
Even doing adult video to the level that we do, it's a completely legal job, and we pay our taxes, and the government allows it to go on. So you shouldn't be discriminated like that. I mean,
no.
If you, I don't know, got caught selling cocaine or something, fair enough. But like, you're not doing anything wrong, entertaining adults. You know what I mean?
know. Yeah, it's horrible. It's so like the way that people like treat like sex workers is just like, just for example, like yesterday I was reading a newspaper article. It was about this woman. She had a son, and she'd gone from I think she had like £50 a week, something like that, from the government.
Right.
And she decided to start webcamming and to provide for her son, and she started earning substantially more. And I was just reading the comments, and people all calling her a slut and saying she's disgusting and things like that. And it's like, what is wrong with people? It's perfectly normal job.
Well, it is to us, but possibly to them it's not. However, you wouldn't slag anybody else for doing any other type of work. Well, maybe as if you're a parking attendant, you might, who clamps people's cars.
Yeah.
I think they hated more than sex workers by the public, but you know what I mean? You should never have a go at anybody for doing something that might not be what you can get your head around, because if you don't want to watch anybody on webcam, or you don't want to visit an escort, or you don't want to watch porn, why would you try and ruin that for everybody else? I mean, I fucking hate people like Westlife and Boyzone, but I don't fucking
Yeah.
I don't try and get them to fucking get the sack just because I don't want to listen to them, because they're just not a part of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Everything really should be, sort of each to their own, but people, I don't know, there's just such a stigma with it that I don't get it. But
so in terms of the modelling, what did you start out with first? Like, obviously, because you've just started doing video work, haven't you? Or like you say, in the past year, or is that modelling in total for the past year, or have you just done the sort of more video side to the levels that you're happy with in the last year, but you were doing like photo still shoots a lot more,
It's been sort of like a mix, really. Like, I decided at the end of last year, because sometimes, like webcamming, you don't really get out the house much. I thought I've really got to like look into do something where I can, still do sort of what I'm doing, but get out the house more and get to travel more. So I got contacted by like a few different, things in the past, like asking if I wanted to do, like modelling shoots. So I do like, well, usually it's video work. It's all pretty much solo, but I do stills and video. But I thought, sort of, why not? Because like I'd made like my own sort of videos like in the past, so I'm quite comfortable on video as it is, sort of thing.
Well, we found that you were. I mean, like, considering, I mean, we won't go into what happened because it hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
But, it's got people DMing me and emailing us already, because everyone technically knows what working for Nerd Pervert is.
Yeah.
So people's minds are fucking racing at the minute, which I think is quite funny. But, at the end of the day, you were very natural on video without going into what we shot. You were, like, you'd think that you weren't as new at it as what you were, but do you not think it's not as if, like, you weren't careful about working with us? Like, obviously, you'd known of our good reputation anyway, but if you didn't, it's quite easy to find out.
Yeah.
So is that what you, because of the levels that you only work to, do you have to doubly check that you're comfortable? Because obviously, if there was more going to be going on past the levels that you do, then you tend to be not as worried, but you have to be absolutely sure that you're in a safe environment and that they'll respect your wishes, because most things in adult video is a lot stronger, and you don't want to get some creepy bastard trying to, do things on the day that you're not happy with, sort of thing,
Well, I'm sort of like an avid Googler, and I always, sort of check references of people, and I like to see, lists of people that they've worked with. Then I'll sort of scour the internet to sort of check that they have worked with them, and they're not just saying that sort of thing.
Yeah, Twitter accounts can be very deceiving these days, can't they?
Oh, yes.
I bet you've even been approached by some fake agencies before and there, have you, where they've got like loads of followers, but if you really look at them, all they do is retweet other people's stuff.
Yeah, there's like so many scams in this industry. It's bizarre.
Well, technically, it's not the industry, is it? It's people trying to
it's
pretend
just
that they are.
Yeah, it's people trying the look, I think.
I mean, we've had people recently impersonating us, and they said they were in the Durham area, and
Wow.
that was like really concerning, because they said they were in our area, and the only thing that gave them away, which I thank me lucky stars because it was fucking brilliant, was they just started getting too crude in the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
they were going into detail about what the girl was going to have done to it. It was like, if you're going to book a shoot, you ask the levels and you tell them the levels that you want, but you only have to mention, like, I don't know, we just do everyday sexual positions like missionary and doggy and cowgirl. That's all you have to say. You don't have to say,
Yeah.
and then I'll keep fucking you till I come in you. And you're like, what the fuck? But so they were slipping up. But the point is, what was funny about it was that a girl contacted my website, my official website, and asked if this email was me and forwarded, and I says no. So the stupid idiots were sending her to my references and my official website. So if they really did contact me, they would find out that it wasn't me. So obviously she did.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise that a year ago, I had contacted her myself, but I can't remember because it was that long ago. So she'd sent us all emails from this dodgy company, which the email address wasn't ours anyway.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh my God, actually, Paul, they contacted us a year ago here. And I looked and I went, that is actually me. And she was like, is it? I was like, yeah. I says, right, look at the wording and look at the wording of the ones that you're asking about. And she's like, oh yeah. Says, I don't really go into detail other than now it'll be adult boy, girl. I don't tell you what I'm going to do to you on the day. And she's like, yeah. And I says, and have you noticed how you only got that one email? She's like, yeah. I says, but that's because I probably didn't get a reply off you, so I just left it. I don't chase after people, but look how pushy this guy's getting. Are you interested? I need to know because there's limited spaces available. And he was like, and I was like, fucking hell. So I'm pleased that they are that bad at it, because what if you get a good one? You know what I mean? And then
I know.
It
is scary.
How far do they want to go though when that girl gets off the train station though? You know, and it's not the person who be said, and they might not necessarily know what that person looks like, because sometimes you don't find out who you're going to be working with.
Yeah.
You know, other than the reputation of a company. I mean, I'm fortunate I'm a performer and a producer, but if I was a producer and I was hiring a girl, they might not know who the guy is until they get there.
Yeah, that is really scary. That's why I think it's like just so important to just Google, basically, and just look for references.
Definitely, well, definitely. So you said that you shoot your own content as well. So are you looking to sort of, you know, get better at that and progress in that, like in terms of the future and stuff?
Yeah, that's like a huge New Year's resolution. Like for me, I want to because I recently bought a GoPro, so like I thought I'd start with something like that because it's easy to use.
Well, I wish we got on as well as we do now back then, because we still did, but it was only brief DMs every now and again.
Yeah.
Because that camera that I shot you on, that's an action camera, and that's better than a GoPro. I would have taught you to get that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the GoPro's all right as long as your lighting's all right. As long as you're never going to be shooting in bad lighting, it should be fine. But the sound's not very good on a GoPro. But you can actually mic up a separate microphone. But then if you do that, it takes away the small form factor thing of it, because the microphone ends up being bigger than the camera.
Well, I'm hoping that it'll be like a sort of an alright sort of like starting like camera.
Well, that's
for
the best
now.
thing though. If you start making money selling the stuff that you do with other people for content share and your own stuff, that's what you do. It's a gradual progression where I would never recommend anyone going for like a really good camera straight away. I would recommend starting like you have and move the way up. Because you only get a new camera when your level of technique and filmmaking is improved, because you sort of upgrade as you get better, if that makes sense, and then it's like a natural progression. You don't feel like you're jumping in the deep end then.
I wouldn't even know how to use like a good camera. It's like I know how to use webcams, you know, I know settings on them, but an actual camera, you know, off the computer, I'm sort of like, I'm very techy with a computer, like a laptop and PCs, but cameras is like a completely different like language to me.
Yeah, but the thing is, I hear this all the time from models who are interviewing stuff, and they didn't know anything when they started out, or they don't know as much as they wish they did even now, and they just say get by, but they wouldn't know what to do if the equipment went wrong or something like that. And I think you've got the upper hand because you are quite technical with, like you've said, with laptops and stuff. When you start learning the camera stuff, I think you'll take to it because you've already got that type of mind where you naturally pick up technology. So I think you'll probably do a better job of it than people who just can't switch a laptop on. Like some models I talk to, I don't even know how they manage to get on webcam sometimes, and they admit this as well. They go, "Hey, God, Paul, I'm terrible," and you're like, "Well, it's not really hard, darling. Just try and learn it."
Yeah, you can definitely, learn it if you put your mind to it. I usually, if I have a problem, I'll just sort of like Google it and I'll scour through forums to sort of try and troubleshoot, whatever sort of issue it is.
Well, when I was learning video editing and script writing and stuff in university back in bloody hell 2000, YouTube and stuff wasn't a thing then, because I think that started coming out in about 2003.
Yeah.
So obviously I've used the same editing software since uni, which is Adobe Premiere Pro. It's like a professional video editor.
Yeah.
And obviously every year now, because I pay the subscription model, you get a brand new update. And obviously, with software, they move menus around and they think it's improving things, but sometimes can throw you off for a couple of weeks until you catch up. And the best thing about YouTube is now, after all of that university that I did on that type of stuff, I'm learning myself new stuff just off watching tutorials on YouTube. It helps everything now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing what you can find really and learn, just off YouTube.
And I was reading schemes of work and textbooks and stuff that my lecturer used to give out in class, but now you can actually watch a YouTube video of a screen capture of a piece of software, so you can see where they're clicking and why they're doing it, and it's just fucking 10 times easier, isn't it?
That makes me wonder, if you went back to university or college or whatever now, would they just give you a YouTube link and say, just watch this?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised. Pointless. I would not be surprised. I mean, don't get us wrong, right? There is better sites like lynda.com where they've got, it's a subscription website, but they've got tutorials in really good detail on software like that. And the ones you find on YouTube tend to be just by everyday users who might know how to do something that you don't, and they just share the information for free. So I would still say, if anyone really wants to go into it, to subscribe to these professional tutorial websites, but that's technically a university course now. You don't need to go, you just have to subscribe to a website and watch all the courses step by step, and they all just videos.
Yeah, it is amazing what you can learn online. It's not all just for porn.
Well, 3% of it isn't.
It's for making it.
See, but this is what's upsetting about the whole piracy thing in terms of the adult industry, is because the music industry's been through it before, and so is the mainstream film industry. But the minute porn gets pirated, we deserve it because we're the sex industry. Do you know what I mean?
Stupid.
Nobody would take your case in a court of law if someone was copyrighting your stuff as quickly as if you were fucking DreamWorks Pictures and you asked them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, that the age verification's coming in. It's been passed in the Houses of Parliament about a week and a half ago, so now it's actually law, and I think it's coming in April, which means obviously every official porn site has to now age verify their customers before they can actually see the tour page. Now, the thing is, a lot of the pieces of software that you can have is obviously free, thank God, because it was going to be, the fact that it was going to be 25 cents a customer. So can you imagine if it was, where if you wanted to view Nerd Pervert, for instance, I would get charged 25 cents to age verify, and then once you actually get to the tour page because you've proved you're over 18, you look and you go, oh fucking hell, like shit that, and then you go and you don't sign up. It still cost the website owner money to even get you to be able to see what they're selling, and then to find out that you don't actually like it.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
And the thing is, the tube sites, the things that are ripping us off, and the things that are exposing minors to porn, are not going to be caught up in it. So we're going to be at a disadvantage, because if the government think that they go to official sites that you have to have a credit card for to be able to see, to be viewing porn,
Yeah.
they haven't done the research very well, have they?
No.
So, you know, we don't even know what the future holds, which is why, at the minute, as a company, we are doing more content share, because I don't know if it's a worthy investment paying out all this money that we usually do for exclusive content. I mean, that was why it was worth paying for your content when it was exclusive, where you could only go to nerdpervert.com to see our episodes. But now it's out there for free anyway. You might as well help a model out. You both have a fun day, you both get some good stuff. Give her a copy and then let her earn on it as well, because it's already been pirated anyway. So there's no difference now. That's what's made exclusivity in content, like, well, it's not important anymore now, because piracy's like sort of killed that.
Yeah, it would be, you know, nice if eventually one day, you know, sort of things went back to the way that they were, but I'd highly doubt that it will, because, you know...
Well, the only way it will is, I reckon, if it would have to be a good 10 or 20 years to skip 2 age gaps where all they've ever known is to pay for it again.
Yeah.
Because you can't go back from free. You can only go back from free if the 18 and the 21-year-olds coming up viewing porn have to pay for it. And then when they have kids, they have to pay for it. So it would have to be 2 generations of society that can't remember it being free. But the people who can will still continue to seek out the free stuff, because they won't go back to paying. But if you're a legal member of society and you're allowed to view porn because you're of the age of consent, that has to be paid only for you to think, oh, well, this is normal to me. You know what I mean? Because that's the way it was before. Whether we'll ever get back to that, like, I do not know.
It would be nice.
It would, wouldn't it? But then again, I'm thankful for all of our fans who watch our stuff, because I think if I'd started out today doing it, I think it would have been a waste of time, because I've got all that history. In 17 years, you have got the loyal fans who they want to give you their money because they appreciate the product that you make for them. It's a bit like, I still like buying Blu-ray films of the films that I absolutely love, because I want to own the original copy. I don't want to download it illegally. And I think there's still a lot of people out there that have that attitude with porn if they like what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that there's always going to be, you know, loyal people, like you just said, that will, you know, buy the product, you know, to support it. So you do actually, you know, keep producing it. But hopefully, you know, more people, you know, will start respecting, you know, to pay for it rather than, you know, pirating it.
Well, they just have to remember, don't you, that when they're having the free wank on Pornhub, somebody has actually spent money to make that stuff. And if nobody ever makes any money again because everyone's just watching the free stuff, there'll be no new stuff made. That's the way, I mean, it wouldn't ever get that bad, but that's the way you've got to look at it. That's, you're helping the problem, aren't you?
Yeah, if you don't, you know, chip in, then you're not gonna make any more, because it would be, well, pointless.
Exactly. I even say at the end of my videos there, thanks for subscribing and giving me your fucking money. I make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Because I just think, like, you know, like, at the end of the day, it's like people's worked hard on it. I mean, you'll find this out the more that you start to do your own stuff. It's like, it takes a lot of time, and even if it's content share, it doesn't have to cost you anything, because time is valuable, and it takes time to make these things and put them together and think of your ideas. And even if you are doing content share, you still have to have cameras and laptops and software and stuff like that. So people have still paid money to have the tools to be able to make this stuff. And then when people's watching it for free, it can be a little bit disheartening sometimes, especially for new people.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, you know, one producer once told me, which I still don't agree with him, Terry, if you're listening, right, is he said, well, Paul, people don't share shit. So if people are ripping your stuff and sharing it, it's because they like it. And I'm like, I don't see it like that, Terry, because if they liked it, they'd fucking pay for it, wouldn't they? And he's like, yeah, I know, but like I say, if they didn't like it, they would have just deleted that video and it wouldn't be on their hard drive to share, would it? And I'm like, I can never think like that. I can see your point. I can't see your point, but fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree with you. If they like it, then, you know, they will pay for it and not, you know, pirate it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what was it that drew you to our stuff, though? Like, apart from our reputation as a company, I'm always interested with someone like you who's quite new to video, and you technically stepped up, you know, in our stuff that we did.
Yeah.
What about Nerd Pervert? Was it that appealed to you to want to be in it? Because I've got my own views on what we think we do well, but I'm always interested in other people's sort of perception of it, because I'm just sitting in front of a computer all day. I have no fucking idea what people think of it, you know what I mean?
Well, I had a look on the website and watched some of the trailers. I felt like a pervert, to be honest, watching them, but I do that. So I just sort of like the style, you know. I liked that it was, you know, more sort of like laid back, a bit tongue in cheek, and you know, I liked the reality feel of it. That it was just, you know, sort of like a storyline, sort of like an everyday, but you know, it ends up with porn in it, which you know, it's like EastEnders, but it gets way better.
You've just basically summed up exactly what I set out to do, so you get it, you see.
Yeah, I get it.
And I think that's what a lot of people seem to forget, that you can have drama and comedy and a little bit of a backstory as well as tits, ass and pussy, and I can't understand how there's more people not doing it. Not because I think I'm great and everyone should copy us, but I can't believe there wasn't anybody already doing it, or there's people doing it at the same time as me in other ways without ever knowing that I even exist or I know they exist. I just can't believe all the porn sites that exist, people aren't thinking outside the box more, and they're just going for a girl sucking a dick 10 minutes into the scene or 5 minutes into the scene, or, you know what I mean? I just don't get it.
I don't get that, because I think this, you know, like Nerd Pervert, I guess it comes across sort of like more natural, like, you know, how it would happen, because realistically, you wouldn't just end up, you know, 10 minutes in, you know, sucking someone's cock, you know, in real life. So I like that it's got like a build-up and a storyline.
Well, see, I try and avoid anything that is going to be the pizza man knocking at the door. Or, you know, I mean, I saw one porn film on YouTube because I look for inspirational purposes, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a one where a pool man knocked at the door. The girl answered in a dressing gown, obviously, probably naked underneath, right? I didn't even find out how good she was at sucking dick, because as soon as I saw the build-up, I just put it off, because I thought, oh my God, like, this is done by a billion-dollar American company and they can do better than this. So he knocked at the door and he went, "Hi, I'm here to clean your pool." And she went, "I haven't got a pool." And he went, "Oh, okay, let's fuck." And that was it. And I was like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? And the cinematography, the lighting was absolutely amazing. It looked like a feature-length film.
Yeah.
And they went to all that effort and time and money, and that was the plot.
Yeah, I think that they could definitely, you know, if they're going to put that much money in, you know, definitely afford better sort of plot line than that.
I mean, there is things that we do which you can't get away from, like it still is porn. So I can't pretend that we are pioneers in porn, that we think of it like a TV show and stuff. I mean, we do treat it quite seriously, and we do like it to be all episodic and stuff like that, but there's certain beats that you have to hit because it's porn, and you can't not do it, because then it's alienating people who are there basically to get off and watch it. So, you know, like, for instance, I would like to have more of an end plot than the girl blowing a kiss at the camera and then fading down, but I can't, because no one will still be watching then.
Yeah.
So there's little things that you still got to adhere to, whether you like it or not. Like, for instance, every girl appears to eventually get conned by the Nerd Pervert, whereas the girls who don't.
Yeah.
So we sort of pass it down as that he just doesn't film them because he doesn't like filming. The times when it doesn't go according to plan, because he's that like self-centered. He has to like show everyone how good he is, not how bad he is.
Yeah.
So we make references to it, but we just, you know, you never see the footage, because you can't do an update on a girl that says no unless you've got a clever way of doing it. You know, you never know what's coming up, do you, Danny?
Yeah, you never do know what's coming up, you know.
But
that's why you always have to, you know, you have to keep watching.
exactly, because you never know, do you? But yeah, so I'm pleased that you actually see what we're trying to do, because I mean, there's some people who've said no to a shoot just because they think it's too jokey and they don't want to be in something silly, and I'm like, well, that's fine, and I don't get offended. It's not for everybody, but I sometimes wonder why they don't want humour in it, because I don't personally think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just like when you watch bits, you chuckle at some things that the character says.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it was literally a comedy. And then I've had one girl who didn't want to work for the site because when she saw the website, it said girls lured into my nerdy, sex pad for sex, and they thought it was real. So she's like,
Oh my god.
I'm not working for you. You're admitting that you're conning girls into porn. How dare you? Fucking. And I was like, it's a character. And she was like, it's a character. What do you mean? You say on the website that you're doing it, and it's like, yeah, that's the character saying it though. Like, why would I send you to a website that's giving away my evil plan if it was real?
It'd be like a little bit boring if it was, the normal you sort of, like, I'd talk to different models and we arrange a shoot, that'd be boring. Like, that wouldn't sell anything.
Well, exactly. But, I mean, you know the real me, because obviously you've done a shoot with us, and you also know the character, and they're two different people.
Yeah, two completely different people.
I mean, obviously, if that exists somewhere in us, there must be a little nerd pervert clawing his way to get out every
There
now
definitely
and again.
is.
Because obviously I couldn't do it if he wasn't there. But, like, it's just funny how, like, some people think, like, like, even when I met you at the train station, you walked past us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Looking for someone with glasses and long hair.
You tricked me.
Yeah, exactly. So, what about the future then, Danny? Other than obviously making your own content and continuing to webcam, is there anything, like a goal that you've got in mind that you might think, oh, it's just a little bit too far out of my reach, but I'd love to do it? Like, because you will be able to do it if you put your mind to it, but we've all got that little one thing that we just think, I don't think I'm good enough to be able to do that. Even I do. When I look at other people's work, I go, I'd love to do something in that style, but nah, I don't know if I can do it. Is there, like, anything like that you think's untouchable, which you would really like to do within, like, the adult industry?
Well, I think if you asked me sort of like a year ago, I don't even think I'd have, thought I could do, like, shoots at all, So now I'm, like, a lot more confident. And, yeah, there is still things that I doubt that I could do, but I would like to, I do think that I'll get, for me, like, I had a good first, like, year, but I would like to do, like, more shoots in 2019 and beyond. Maybe up my levels, like, more too. I've been, considering that for, like, a long time.
Ooh.
And you know what that means.
That means a bit of a trip to Dusk Towers.
It does.
Cool. Right, Danny, I've enjoyed this chat with you.
Yeah, I've had so much fun.
So, thank you very much for working with us and chatting to the UK Porn Podcast, and I'm sure we'll keep in touch. And you have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and you have a really nice Christmas too.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
And there you go. Not bad, eh? Not bad. I like the types of guests that we get at the minute, because we're getting people who are well known, but also people who are starting out. Mm-hmm. Because obviously that's a good interview for people who are starting out to listen to this podcast to get tips on, people's early.
Sadly, it's not just technology tips.
Well, exactly. No, you've got to do everything, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, Scarlett.
Yes.
What's going on, like? Have you got a sex tip to pull out of your anus? Oh, yeah. Right.
I've got one right here to pull out my anus.
Right, go on then. What is it?
Okay. It says 90% of men were happy with their first sexual encounter, as opposed to 66% of women who weren't.
It's not very Christmassy.
How can I do a sex fact that's Christmassy?
Could have just reworded it and said, at Christmas most men are happy with their first encounter. You just put at Christmas at the beginning of every sentence, and then it keeps in with the theme. It's Christmas Eve.
Well, load of bollocks.
Where's your Christmas spirit? Because I haven't got any.
I can't make a sex fact Christmassy. I'm sorry.
Right, so I can imagine most men being happy with it.
Because you're just doing it just to...
Shoot we Lord.
Yeah, basically.
I very much fell in the 10% on that fact.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
My
So
first
shit, was
sexual
it?
encounter was a big pile of shite.
Was it as bad as your first time with Devon Breeze?
Hey, no, I loved that.
So what do you mean? So
I was
what
a little
happened?
too excited there.
So what made you not like it? What
no,
went
it was
on? If
just-
you're free to tell 10k people, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't give a flying fuck. No, it was just, like, I was going out with my girlfriend at the time, and then we decided to have sex, but it was just... Like, I always thought it would be like what you see in porn. But in reality, it was just really fucking awkward. Like, trying to... Like, now, looking back on it, it's like, how did you find that difficult? But it was like, less like...
I'm going to make a
This is
prediction.
weird.
Every position that you went to go in, I
Yeah,
bet you went, huh, like that.
probably. But I know, it was just proper awkward. It didn't really work very well. Obviously, it didn't last very long. When we actually finally did get back to it. The second thing
It's like,
about...
I'm ready for you this time. I've had a 10 minutes before.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The second time that literally happened about 2 minutes later, that was fine. But the very first time,
Right.
it's just shit.
Right, you know how I don't listen properly? Was that sex fact about people's first time? Right. See, because my first time, I just didn't get her over with, so I went with a village bike.
Alright.
And like, I knew she didn't like us. For me,
Yeah.
just wanted to get it over with. Nearly fucking her on the pool table in a local club at one point.
Oh, hey, not bad, not bad.
So we had to remember that we're in public,
Aye.
and there's security cameras in that room because people kept fucking ripping the pool table.
Aye.
I wonder why.
So we had to fucking like shoot off to someone.
Ah, see, we were very much up in her bedroom, parents downstairs, having to keep quiet.
Yep.
Nah. Shit.
So you were disappointed when she started kissing the tip of your dick instead of deep throating it and gagging on it,
Ah, there was none of that.
spitting on your balls and that.
None of that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying when you said you expected to. be
Alright,
like,
oh, well,
like,
yeah. I was very much expecting a lot more.
Yeah. She's not letting us like stick one finger up her twat and one up her ass and go like that.
Bloody hell. My first experience.
You're not a man, so you
with-
can't answer this.
Hey, it said
There
women
was a
as
woman
well.
part to it.
See,
Yeah.
I wasn't listening properly.
Shut up.
Right, so go on then.
Right, my first time, it was just painful, and I think just at the time because I was so nervous, it didn't feel good at all, and I just sort of wanted to get it over with. The second time I had sex, that was better, I must admit, and then I sort of just went nympho after that. So, yeah.
Well, you see, there's no point in saying things like that you were nympho, because
Yeah, because you don't get any.
well, exactly. I mean, just fuck off, Scarlett. Like, we don't need to know this, do we, James? You know what I
Women
mean?
supposedly have bigger sex drives than women, especially as they get older.
See, this is right. I don't believe.
Men's declines and women's like goes up.
I'm not gonna get into like fucking religion, right? But there's no such thing as God, right? I believe, right? But if you believe God made us, he's fucking having a laugh, right? Because he's made us so different, yet we can't live without each other. So a bloke wants it fucking 24/7, and he gets a certain age, and his up and down game isn't as good, and then sometimes, you know, he takes longer to recover and shit like that and all that, speaking from experience and that, right? But, and then, obviously, a woman doesn't want it all the time and sometimes thinks, like, all you want of us for sex, and he's like, is that all you think I am to you and all this shit, right? You never take us out, you always want us fucking fuck us and shit, right? And then when the bloke can no longer do it as well, she goes through the fucking menopause and wants it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, whoever put us on this earth, whether it was a fucking Big Bang, God, fucking alien, fucking DNA, crash land on a meteor, whatever the theories are, right? Someone's fucking having a laugh. Because that's about as incompatible as you can fucking get. And we still fucking love the fucking poon. We still fucking forgive you. Because it feels so good around your cock, doesn't it, James?
It does.
So,
Honestly, I'm just thinking along the lines of when I hit my menopause and I'm horny and all that now, what am I going to be like then?
Poor bastard who's going to be with you, that's all. I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, bloody hell, I bet other women think this, thinking, oh, I'm like quite horny and
You're
sexual
gonna have to
now.
make him wear a cock ring so it never goes down, so it just traps the blood. And then when he falls asleep, even when he thinks his dick's gone down, you can just sit on it and wake him up.
Or just get like a battery operated one.
Yeah.
Just to take the excess.
Yeah, well, you might have to. He's not fucking forever ready, is he? Right, James, have we got any sex shop frolics?
Well,
we
I
haven't
do.
officially called it now. It's
No, we haven't.
just made it up.
That was crap.
So,
I'm hoping
as
the viewers will fucking come up with
it's
that.
Christmassy, I've got two things,
Ooh.
one for each of yous.
Alright.
And I don't know, they're a bit They're a bit weird. Well, actually, it's not weird. It's pretty normal, actually. I think you'll be really bored with them.
Well, considering I've never had a fucking sex
Right.
toy in my life, it's probably
Now,
going to be a new experience for
What's
me,
your
so-
favourite colour, Paul?
Blue.
Well, there you go.
The fuck is that?
Is it like a mankini or something? No?
You can
No,
actually,
it's not.
you can actually see
Ah.
his fucking foreskin through it, so it's fucking lycra or something, isn't it?
It's, well, whatever it is, it's indecent.
It's a
what it
thong.
is. It is, yeah. And then you get...
Whoa.
So there you go. You both have an
That's
item of
awesome.
clothing.
See, that's not fucking fair, that, because
That's awesome.
because
Come
she's
on.
she I'm never gonna see you in that, you bitch.
No.
Oh, that's fucking amazing. That.
Yeah,
It's
but
completely net
she'll
and
need it for
see-through.
when she goes through the menopause.
Actually,
Aye,
can
damn
I
right.
can I have that wank over that picture? Because you only need the item of clothing, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could both switch them pictures.
And that's shiny.
No, I don't like that. No,
I should be
sorry.
able to spunk
No,
on.
that-
I should be able
No,
to
no,
spunk on
that's
that,
not
and
my
that
type
should
of-
wipe down, shouldn't
That looks like
Well,
he's
potentially
gay.
like.
it? Yeah.
That looks like he's gay.
Yeah.
Sorry, and no.
To be perfectly honest, it is
probably
only
is.
gay people who
Yeah,
buy them in
exactly.
the shop.
And-
Exactly. So it has to like cater.
And that's not a normal body, is it, James?
6-pack.
Well, I've never seen those weird things on his side, and also it looks like I don't even know what them lines on the front are. I've certainly never seen that. Like there should just be a big hairy belly.
Yeah. And
So
a big hairy
See,
chest.
a man,
yeah,
excluding you,
like he's got tits.
should have hair on the chest.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah. Well, he's probably a hairy fucker. He's just been paid to model his fucking tight little fucking
Some
pants.
people actually
Aye.
wax or shave
So
don't they,
basically-
and stuff.
Oh
Like,
yeah, some people
crazy.
do.
I'll
It's
have you know,
very, very weird.
I've got 6 hairs round each nipple.
Hey, I used to very much. I'd occasionally get a really long one, and it would just like go, and it's like fucking hell. By crack, man.
But you could like swing out the bedroom window on it.
Yeah, I would literally have to always just like pull the fucker out, and then like a month or two later, really big long bastard again.
Fucking hell.
By crack, man.
What, like 30
Me,
centimetres. or
long
something?
hairy nipple. Nah, it was like maybe that long.
Yeah.
What's that? About 4, 3?
Uh-huh.
About 3 inches or something.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. It's fucking mental, that.
But so that's pretty much the most popular thing that blokes come in for. And
Sorry,
then
I'm just having a look
lately,
at the item inside.
that's the most popular one that women have been coming in for, because it's like
looks
a one-size
tiny.
fits all thing.
Sorry, I'm getting his present out
That
there.
is fucking horny as fuck, that, like.
Mm.
Isn't it?
My God.
Well, I must admit, I may have took one of them home for my partner.
Oh, come
Oh,
on, that
very.
just looks... Oh my God.
Well, at least it's got a little cup for your knackersack, like. Isn't it?
Yeah, at least it'll hold you in there, depending on how big you are, I suppose.
Yeah.
But just imagine that going up your ass all day.
See, I'm no fan of that.
You honestly want to see some of the people who come in and buy that. It's not the people who look like
And
on
they
the front.
shouldn't be allowed, is what you're trying to
Yeah,
say.
it's like
big
what?
belly.
What are you doing?
Like, once we out the EU,
So,
one of
like,
the EU laws is, I'm sorry,
70-year-old
but you cannot
people-
buy that, sir. Put it back.
Really?
Yeah, no, like it's.
Sir, please, I've asked you again. I'll have to inform the police. It's illegal
Yeah.
what you're doing, sir. I'm going to put that back on the shelf. You fucking...
That's-
It gives me nightmares.
Right, can I just ask you a question then, right?
Mm.
This will give you a nightmare. You know that fucking smelly cunt that...
He was in today.
yeah, did he want one of them? Has he
No.
ever picked one of them up?
Nah, he's never picked up lingerie.
No?
Because he's by himself.
What was he buying today? Was he talking about porn with you again?
No, well, today I didn't speak to him at all because I didn't want to open my mouth. Every time I would
Do
open
you
my
smell
mouth.
worse today?
Well, he smelt the exact same, so I had to go around with the spray. But I was thinking, oh shit, like as soon as I open my mouth, I'm gonna get like his shit particles or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't do it. It was
Gas
when
mask.
you send your like a little message in the morning.
Alright.
So I was having me coffee, so I literally just had like that coffee to my mouth
It's
pretty
like, oh
much the
fuck, he's
entire
one of
time.
Paul's rants. Oh no, actually, my day has getting worse than that because there's that smelly cunt just coming
Yeah.
in.
Fucking awful.
But the thing is, though, right? He's probably putting that in his like weekly schedule now to go and talk to the lovely friendly sex shop worker.
Well, hopefully he'll not do it this time because I didn't say like one word to him today.
Can you imagine if he came into your shop and you heard the bell go, whatever a sex shop door does, right? And then,
Ding dong.
and then all of a
It
sudden,
does, yeah.
you like decide to spray some around you first, just so you think it might create like a wall of smellers, and then there's nothing left, and you've run out of your air freshener, and the pound shop's too far away, and that.
That'd be bad.
What would you do? Would that be your worst nightmare? I bet
think
you
it
woke
might
up
be.
screaming being in that situation, have you? Like shit particles chasing
Perhaps.
you around the shop. Not saying you dream about him, you dream about the night. It's like most people like get scared of Nightmare on Elm Street, but your nightmare is just like the smelly guy.
Do you know what? Like, he is
Like in a misty
disgusting, and
doorway,
he very
man.
much is nightmare fuel. But I have had ridiculous dreams about that shop. Just like really shit, boring dreams.
Huh?
Boring dreams.
Yeah, like about a week ago, I had a dream that I was at work, but I was asleep. But I knew I was at work and asleep, and I was like, wake up, they're gonna see on the camera as being asleep. And then I woke up and I was at home in bed.
Do you know what that sounds like? Sex shop inception.
Yeah, maybe it's
A
it's
dream
been
inside a
weird,
dream.
like,
The
well,
only thing is, it's a dildo that doesn't stop spinning, so you don't know whether you're in the real world or not.
do you know what? We've got a little thing where you put a dildo on and it like goes back and forth. So maybe that's like the weird spinny top thing.
Well, you need to check in the morning when you go
Yeah.
back to work. Is that
Make
still
sure it's
moving?
doing that.
If it's not moving,
And
you
not
could
like
be
up
lost.
and down instead. Yeah.
Like, honestly, seriously, you could be like in a sex shop, in a sex shop, in a sex shop. Who stars in there pervert?
Fucking
You don't
hell.
know how deep it's gone.
You never know how deep it's gone.
Unintended.
Right, and on that note, and spitting on Scarlett's arm,
Yep.
we need to sign off and say goodbye on this lovely Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas!
Right, let me say all my
Okay.
shit first. right?
Aww.
So once again, if you want to give me some of your money, right, and you're interested in any of our sponsorship packages, any company or business or designer or model, if you want to be advertised in the show to a large audience, get in touch, duskfilms@gmail.com. And you can also tweet us on Instagram, email, Facebook, all that good shit. Email your questions in. Again, we can see you asking questions now. We're not being ignorant cunts. It's just the fact that, we've got a... Well, we haven't got an oracle, have we? We still haven't broken Craig's legs yet, so he's not in a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah, not quite.
Answer our emails live, see. We need someone to read them out to us, you know what I mean? There's a fucking personal dildo if ever I saw one. So yeah, so thank you to everyone who's listened since we've come back. The response has been overwhelming really, and we're really happy to serve you, our lovely audience, as we chat complete and utter shit. This is the last show of the year, but we'll be back on the 7th of January 2019, of course, where we'll be back every week-ish. Like
Ish.
Everything be fucking ass. No, we're doing well.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
thoroughly
well.
enjoying it.
We're
We've
doing
only
well.
had like one or two
Yeah.
off, haven't we?
And even when Mr. James Logan can't be here in person, he's live from Gateshead.
Well, that I am.
So yeah, so it's better than nothing, innit? So we just want to wish you a Merry Christmas
Yay!
and a Happy New Year.
Merry
Aw.
Christmas!
And we'll see you in 2019.
You
So
will.
until then, Yuletide fucking... What's that noise?
Your stomach?
Is that mine?
Yeah!
I thought it was fucking...
No, that was off your
James'.
stomach.
Alright, well. Well, there's a nice radio sound effect for you. So until then, thank you for all your support and thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon. So it is goodbye from me, Mr. Paul Taylor.
Merry Christmas and goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. Merry Christmas.
And remember, ho 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 fuckity bye. Quite proud of that.
Is that?
I
I'm
wouldn't
coming
be.
round to it.
You know why? Because it's so shit. It's funny now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I am definitely getting round.
This programme was brought to you by itsadult.com, the official adult business directory for fans, producers, services, webcam, phone chat and more.